the Xbox Uncut weekly podcast.
Bungie, you ripped the money out of your fans' hands and burned it in front of their faces with that piece of shit known as Bethesda.
I want to be hyped.
Vern, how you doing?
And Tim and Steve are sucking it out of me.
It was a pretty good podcast. I'd say 3 out of 5.
South Park, The Fractured But Whole. Horizon.
Wait a second, we gotta enjoy that title first.
It's so good in the end. Your accent. Fractured But Whole.
Fractured But Whole.
That don't sound like that.
Who the fuck is Master Chief?
Exclusives happen. Third-party money has happened. I don't give a shit.
Killtacular.
Yeah, that was on Xbox, and the only way as a PlayStation fan that you can be happy about that is because you're happy that Xbox fans don't get to play it.
I finally finished Ori, which took me 36 hours, 1,338
Like, Forza they don't program in 0 to 60 numbers. They don't program in how tight a car can turn, how much traction a car has. They don't do any of that. But what they do is they put these statistics into their physics engine and they let their physics engine work it out for itself.
If you don't want to buy it because there's a woman in the game or on the cover, you can suck it.
You know how many times I've argued with people and they're like, Persona 5! It's like it's the same shit all the time. It's like, I don't know, they have
to reality and you were like, take the L!
You know, exactly. Sony's gonna have more delays. It's just, it's a pattern all gen.
When I played Minecraft Story Mode, if you don't like it, then fuck you.
You can write into the show at letters@xboxuncut.com. And now, your host, Dustin.
Welcome to Xbox Uncut's weekly podcast. We're back for another crazy week of video game news, adventure, and Batman v Superman talk, because no, we're not. I'm sorry. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to be doing that on a post-show, because only some of us have seen it, and, you know.
Care about it, too.
Yeah, care about it, yeah. So, welcome to the show, the Golden Throat himself, Vern. Welcome back from Ireland, Vern.
Yeah, I'm back. I missed a little bit there. Did y'all have some good times without me?
Of course.
I missed you, Van.
Aww.
Actually, we replaced you, Vern.
Yeah, I heard Bruiser Bear was on the show.
Yeah, for a whole podcast, you were fired. You didn't show up. You didn't give notice. Like, you just gone. So
yeah, I was busy in museums looking at ancient men on commodes.
I know you were. Like, the original toilets. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was I'll tell you what, I'll never forget that video. I was laughing my ass off.
This is real. There was an ancient toilet in the Viking Museum in Ireland. And there was a guy like sitting on it and making grunts and noises and everything. I took a video of it and sent it to everyone in chat. It was pretty incredible.
I think that's
pretty incredible.
It was just like every 30 seconds on loop.
But yeah. But I learned some things in Ireland. I learned that Steve comes from a terrible land of evil people. And Oliver Cromwell, not a good guy. Not a good guy.
Steve, do you want to defend yourself at all? I feel like you deserve like 30 seconds to like reply. You know what? I'll give you, Steve. We're gonna wait for introducing you. I want you the time to think this over. I'm gonna introduce Tim. We'll come back to you, Steve. Tim, welcome to the show, Tim. Tim, you can't be Eric. You cannot be Eric.
No, I had it muted. No, I got
That's
it.
the E stands for.
No, I hit my button. I don't want to, when we do the intro, I don't want to cough or anything. No, I'm just here, ready to talk some Xbox. Let's hear about Steve's paper cut.
I wasn't intending to discuss the paper cut, to be honest.
I thought it was on the show notes.
I thought I read it there, too.
I didn't have the show notes.
I haven't read the show notes, so...
All right, we also have Chris. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing today?
People are doing great. Doing
okay.
Amazing. Dreams
That's
came
great.
true.
I'm glad
yesterday.
everybody's well.
Dreams came true, so I'm happy. Steve, welcome to the show, Steve.
Thank you, Dustin.
I cordially invite you to be, to have your time.
Oh, dude. It's true. Look, I noticed in chat, Wicked said Vern's new name is Chris. It says so on the screen.
Oh, does it? Did I miss?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
there's two one saints.
Oh, there's two one.
That's right.
I guess
That's
we are
that.
the same person. No, on Twitter today, Wicked kept on showing pictures of groups of people, and every single picture, both Chris and I would be like, "Oh, we like this one the best," and it was always the same person each time.
This
So,
is
Kindred
it's freaky.
spirits.
It's really weird.
Something's going on.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
Freaky,
Vern moved
Freaky
into my
Friday.
house.
It's Freaky Friday. That's what it is, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Freaky Friday.
Yeah, it's
Is that
Good
the film with
Friday
Lindsay
too.
Lohan?
it is a good Friday.
Yes,
that's what's going
I think that was a remake with Lindsay
Yeah, it
Lohan.
was a remake. Wasn't the original.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I am fixing this issue. This is a travesty. I apologize to you, Vern. You deserve your own
Don't
name.
apologize to him. He likes it.
No, I don't.
Poor
I gotta
Van.
see it. I went a little dark.
Trump.
Yeah, there it is. That's hilarious.
Did I fix it yet? No, I did not. I'm still working on it.
Hey, Steve, you'll be happy
This
to
is-
know I played Dark Souls yesterday. For the first
Wow.
time.
Why would I be happy to know that?
I don't know. I thought you liked Dark Souls.
I've
No,
actually never ever said I like Dark Souls.
He hates those games.
Well, hate's a bit strong.
Yeah, you like
I got to
Lords of the Fallen.
I got to the first
Yeah, that's
boss,
not Dark
beat him,
Souls,
and then I was like, I don't get the appeal.
It has been
Yeah.
corrected.
It
Apparently
runs
it
pretty
doesn't-
well though.
What do you mean? Apparently it runs awfully.
No,
it ran well for me. I had no issues last night.
No, I
That's
didn't
not,
have.
that's not what Digital Foundry says.
Digital
Yeah,
Foundry
but
sucks.
Digital Foundry has weird Xboxes because Fallout runs bad for them too. So I don't trust them.
Didn't they say? I'm pretty sure they said Fallout ran really well. It was the one that ran the best because it actually runs better than it did on 360.
No, I had a zero.
No. I'm
frame-
talking about
frame-
Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
Well,
convinced
yeah,
they
but
have.
that game really wasn't good enough.
I'm
for
convinced
anybody
they
to
have
really
faulty
care whether it runs
Xboxes
well.
over at Digital Foundry. Convinced. But no, like what I played of Dark Souls was fine. Some people had played it, went into Blighttown, and said it ran fine. So, and there was another frame rate test that was done that I saw a video of that actually showed it had a better frame rate than the 360 version. So I guess it's kind of hit or miss depending what's going on when you're playing it. But there's no input lag, which is a really great thing, because that seems to be an issue at times with the backwards compatibility. So I was happy about that. I'm just not a fan of the Soul series though. So
Yeah, like I said, I got to the first boss, beat the first boss, and I was just like, I don't get the appeal. It just, yeah, it's hard, but realistically, the combat's not great.
yeah, the combat isn't fun to me.
No. It's kind of like Mike Tyson's Punch Out in a weird way, to where once you learn
just
how
dodge
they,
and hit. Yeah.
yeah, it's silly.
Yeah.
I'm interested in Dark Souls 3 only because I like the art style. I like the art style in Bloodborne. I like the monsters. I think they look cool. I think I like that. But again, I don't know if I want to buy it because I don't really care for the gameplay as much.
And
But the art
speaking
style
of Dark
is-
Souls 3, you can actually play it right now if you switch your Xbox to the Japan region. You can
Yeah.
buy it and then switch it back to the US region and then download the US version.
really.
Yeah, and you can activate it now. So that's
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
it cost,
isn't that-
cost like $100?
maybe, I don't know what it is in American. Is it 100 US dollars?
I
Won't
don't
that
know,
violate
that's just what I
terms of
saw.
service for Xbox Live? Isn't it? Can't that
No,
fuck you in the end?
no, not at all. Because I mean, it's a region-free console. So
They don't encourage it, but they're not going to ban anyone. And if they won't just ban anyone. They'll turn around and say, okay, everybody that does it, we're going to give you one chance to stop doing it. But they wouldn't do
Yeah.
that anyway, because the amount of
There's-
bad press they'd get.
Statham just said $70, so $10 more, and you can have it early. So if you're really into Dark Souls, this is awesome.
We need a video how to do it. I'm afraid.
I think there was a
it's quite
tutorial put together in a Gaff thread or something like that. So
Isn't it the Bloodborne engine? Is that
Yeah,
true?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Which means
They'll
it's
run it
got
on
it's got the frame pacing issue. So just like every Souls game.
Well, Namco said that. I mean, they said you can play it if you want, but it doesn't have the day one patch. But I honestly don't understand how that works because
It's
Why
in
would it-
Japan now.
yeah. So why would the Japanese version not have the day one patch?
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid.
So
Because they're in
Yes.
the future.
Yeah.
Exactly. Great answer.
And you know, even if they get another patch, it's not going to fix the frame pacing issue. That's been there at every Souls game and Bloodborne. It's not going away anytime soon. They just don't give a shit about it.
It's kind of like the Flashpoint paradox. Like, he's going to go back in time to deliver the patch to us to recorrect everything. It's a crisis on Dark Souls. They're going to fix all the frame rate or frame problems.
It's not going to happen.
Well, not in our timeline, Vern. Not in ours.
No, and on a separate timeline.
Yeah, separate timeline. That game runs fucking perfect. It's amazing.
And in another timeline, it doesn't even exist.
No, it doesn't. No, they're playing Souls Dark. It's just about putting candles out while you're depressed. All right. Well, where to go from here? Let's go straight to letters.
Letters. Okay, well, we got two letters.
Got two letters. Dos letters.
Got two. Yeah. Is one of them? Okay, no. Well, yeah. First one is from Chaos Dasher. For some reason here it says Chaos Dasher, but I'm pretty sure it's Chaos Dasher.
Hey, I intentionally looked at it and went, okay, that's how he spelt it. I'm going to put it exactly how he spelt it.
Okay, well, maybe he changed his name officially to Chaos Dasher. So Chaos Dasher writes, "Hi all. I propose the show have a weekly segment called Guess the Tweeter. In this segment, you read a tweet from the past 7 days, and everyone takes a turn guessing who tweeted it. I will start off. This is open quote. Since all the Sony fanboys are so interested in Quantum Break's resolution, I have absolute confirmation that Quantum Break is 0 by 0 on PS4. Close quote. Smiley face.
Tim
Yeah.
Dog.
Tim. Yeah.
Is that Tim?
Yes,
Tim?
that's me.
That's Tim.
197 favorites on that one.
Oh wow! Did you just look for it to confirm that it was 197 favorites?
Oh no, he remembers. Look,
It's-
hey, unlike you, Vern, to Tim, tweeting's an art, and he knows his art.
Yes.
And he's in his prime.
Yeah, he's
I'm in
his
my prime.
His creative prime.
I'm actually hitting my peak.
You
I'm
are.
hitting my peak, and then I'm going to start going downhill, and then in 2 years I'll be completely off Twitter probably.
Yeah, you just lose followers.
Yeah.
I hope you stay on the podcast though. I hope we're still doing it that long. Like,
Yeah, why not? God willing, sure. Be no reason not to.
More like Dustin willing.
Unless
because if Dustin doesn't do it, we don't do it.
Dustin Willing, it's like that's. He sounds like an actor.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay, and wait, there's one more thing. It says, "Do not read below this line. Answer is obvious. Hint: current legendary panelist on the show."
I left it in.
Yeah.
I actually know that. I know that tweet because I check my analytics and it's right there.
Tim's all
wanna
about
throw it
checking his
out there.
numbers.
When you said below this line, technically the answer is obvious. Hint. All that was on the same line, so just letting you know.
So we got away with reading it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for writing in Koas Dasher. Next letter is from Prophecy, our favorite. He's got a lot of questions here. Hey everyone, how are each of you doing? Well, we already discussed that in the beginning of the show, but thank you for asking. Question for Dustin and anyone who saw Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Was Batman vs. Superman as great as you were hoping? No spoilers.
Yes, and go see
Yes.
it.
Loved it.
Yeah, it was really fun. I recommend everybody. Like, it's getting like destroyed on Rotten Tomatoes, but like if you actually go read like people's opinions, like just like fans, they're loving it, and it's. I don't know. Like, it's a different type of movie. I think Jason put it best. I mean, he's not here today, but he said it's like DC movies have all been dramas so far, while Marvel movies have almost all been comedies. And people really enjoy comedies, and you know, it's a hard sell to go, yep, and this is all how it would happen. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, it was enjoyable. I think everybody should go see it. But we'll talk about that later.
All right. So next question. What's included with Quantum Break pre-orders? Well, currently, if you pre-order digitally on the Xbox One store, you get Quantum Break, you get Alan Wake, as well as Alan Wake's episode 1 and 2, and you get Alan Wake American Nightmare, and you get the Windows 10 version of Quantum Break as well. So that's a pretty good package for $59.99. So if you're interested in this game, it's a good time to pre-order. And also, if you pre-order, you can download the 75 gigabytes of extra video content that just went up today.
Oh, you can? Fuck.
Almost a terabyte.
Terabyte?
No,
No.
100 gigs. I'm stupid.
Yeah, 100.
I was about to say, wow, I don't have anywhere near enough storage for that.
Wow. Yeah, it's like 121 gigabytes or something like that.
Well, you know what? As long as it's in 1080p, fellas, because we know how people love counting P's.
Well, the video is in 1080p, actually, I believe. No, but I mean, and also the cutscenes in the game, I think, are rendered in 1080p. It's
now,
only
is it
game.
Solid. Is the TV show portion is at 24 frames per second, or are we going to see some frame dips in that?
I assume it's 30 because it's like a television show and not.
I thought television shows were like 24.
I think.
I'm pretty sure they're 24.
Yeah,
still for even TV shows are 24, and then they add the interpolation or whatever to get it to 60 or whatever.
Right.
I don't
know.
If it's not 30 frames per second, I'm not watching the
yeah. But yeah, you can download 75 gigabytes of data, which will get you all of the video content. And the reason, I mean, that seems like a lot for 4 22-minute episodes, but it's not just 4 22-minute episodes you're downloading. There's junction points in the game, and you make a decision, and those decisions will change what you see in these videos. So you're getting all these different versions of one tailor-made movie for you that have to be in this content. So that's why it's so much.
There's
but yeah,
40 variations.
Yeah. Oh, 40.
75
Okay.
gig still seems
For 40 variations, no. If you're getting high bitrate content.
Yeah, but you're not getting like 4 22-minute episodes 4 times over. 40 times over.
Yeah, but even so, 75 does not seem a lot when you. No, how much a Blu-ray holds? What, like?
50.
Yeah, but they're also not bothering to put the compression that they used to into Blu-rays anymore, and this just seems like a similar thing, which is fine.
Well, why would you want it compressed? You want it the highest quality you can get it for audio and video. So, I mean, 75. That actually doesn't seem like a lot considering how much video it's going to end up being.
Yeah, but people have caps and slow internet.
No, and that's why you don't have to download it. But
and that's why there's the streaming version, and it actually, and it puts together the video for you and streams it. And how many people use Netflix? Fucking everyone. Come on.
I'm not entirely sure that's true.
Steve doesn't like
there's
Netflix.
a very
I've got
large
Netflix.
majority of people that use Netflix.
The people who are playing video games are probably all Netflix subscribers or Amazon Prime subscribers or something along those lines as far as streaming is concerned. Yeah, you're going to have your few people that want to play this in offline mode, and those people will have to download it if they want to play it in offline mode and see the videos.
And see the videos, yeah.
Yeah.
So it streams if you're online, so that's good. Why would if you're online, why download it if you can just stream it?
Because if you download
it,
you won't have the compression, and maybe the sound will be better, and the video quality will be better, all that. So I went ahead and downloaded it. I started it this morning when I came home; it was already done. So I'm all ready.
1%. I'm doing it.
Yeah, I got all 121 gigabytes on my hybrid drive right now. So.
But yeah, I mean, there's no downside for anybody to doing this. There's only upside. It's like you get better bit rate. You want to waste the space on it, and you don't mind downloading it, you get better bit rate.
Well, and you have the option too. They could have been jerks and just not let you download it completely.
Well,
So,
no, that's what I'm saying. There's only an upside to this.
I mean,
Like,
that's pro-consumer, but the only bummer is it really would have been nice if they had put it on a separate disc for people who are buying the physical version. Not that they all need it per se, but it still
Just
would
a
have been really
basic
nice for them to
install.
do. And Steve and I were having a conversation about this earlier about whether or not you can download the DLC, like say like to preload it, even if you don't get a um a digital version of the game and you have the disc version. And apparently you can, even if you don't own a game, you can still download DLC. So it seems like it's in like Microsoft has the ability to let people who are buying the physical version still preload this data, which would be a nice thing. So hopefully they do that. But apparently the reason some people think that it's not on a second Blu-ray disc is because they haven't figured out how to, or not necessarily they haven't figured out, but the Xbox One doesn't have the ability to do multi-disc games. I don't think the PS4 does either, actually. And
Yeah,
that
but-
was a problem with Halo Master Chief Collection as well.
And that was out 18 months ago. I appreciate perhaps it's a kind of a small issue, but I mean,
Well, I mean, they have all sorts of things they have to get done in a time period, and they're gonna say
They're
one's
adding.
more important than the other. You
And
know?
to be honest, this isn't exactly gameplay. Like, you don't even have to watch the show, like, for the game.
Oh,
Like this,
you should. It sounds like.
it would add. It adds to it.
I mean,
But-
it might affect your decisions you
Yeah.
make that change the
No,
show.
I
too.
agree. But like, it's not like if you bought this digitally, you had no internet connection at all, and you played it, you would still have a game.
Yeah, but you'd be missing a lot, I think. I feel. Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see when it comes out. You know.
Yeah.
But as far as pre-ordering, I'm not sure. Does the digital? I mean, does the disc version come with anything special besides the Alan Wake?
it comes with American Nightmare. Although I got an email from my retailer saying that because Quantum Break's rated 16 and American Nightmare's rated 18, that they're going to send me a code of Cameo instead than American Nightmare. But if I want American Nightmare, I can go in, give them proof of ID and purchase, and then they'll give me
There you go.
an American Nightmare code.
It's just
No, but I
ridiculous
think,
that
look,
they'll do that.
it's not ridiculous. It's fair because they're not allowed to sell higher rated games to children. So there has to be a.
It's a legal issue.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's
legal issue.
legal.
There's nothing
Yeah.
they can do. Like they can't just say, "Hey, we know you
Which
bought this
retailer,
PG-13
Steve?
game, so by
Game.
we're
Oh.
gonna give you an R-rated movie now. We're gonna go triple X. It's just here's a porno. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty
come
sure they
on.
have my date of birth. So couldn't they just looked at his date of birth and said, well, he is over 18.
Except you could forge that. That's why you got to go to the store, proof of ID. They'll give you a free copy of American Nightmare.
And how do you get this porn?
This porn, look, you just you log on to Pornhub.com and you're good to go.
VR, play VR.
Or you,
VR.
or you audition and experience it in real life.
Yeah.
That's better than VR.
I don't know. I saw some good videos. Nintendo posted a few of them.
All right, next question. Will Beast and Horde modes make a return in Gears 4? Steve, tell us.
Damn, putting him on
Well,
the
Beast
spot.
Mode kind of sucked anyway.
He's the Gears guy.
Oh, wait.
So-
Beast Mode was fun.
No,
Take that
Overrun
back.
made it. Overrun was like 1,000 times better in Judgment.
Oh, no, I agree. Yeah.
It,
But I
Horde-
consider that
I-
the evolution of Beast Mode. I think that's what he was getting at.
well, it was okay. That's fine. Well, I can't imagine at launch that they're gonna have a decent length campaign, big versus multiplayer mode, Horde and Overrun. It seems a bit much. Something's gonna have to give. So I would
Yeah.
imagine
Overrun. Is gonna
Overrun or I mean maybe they prefer Beast. I don't know. One of them, if they come, could end up being later. But
Yeah, sounds right.
I'd say if Horde is not in there, it will be in there. They won't. Whether it's given a different name or whether it's given
Yeah.
some other changes.
See, I think we're going to get multiplayer, Horde mode, campaign, and Overrun will come like 6 months later.
No, Steve, I know what's going to happen. They're going to call it Horde Zone, And it's going to be like 20 players at a time, horde mode, and it's going to have tons of microtransactions, and it's going to be the best thing ever for
It's
you.
going to be powered by the cloud, Vern.
Yes.
Powered by the cloud.
Yes, powered by the cloud.
God, maybe I should make a game called Steve Rule's American Nightmare.
Well, see, it's going to have cloud physics, so when you use your chainsaw and cut through, a dude, and all the bits will be like amazingly detailed and beautiful
On everybody's screen.
Yeah. Just blood splatter everywhere.
Every time you get a kill, Steve, everybody's screen will instantly go to your screen about how amazing you are.
That's good too.
Good.
Okay, so next question. Any new modes you'd like to see in the next Gears game? Steve.
Oh, I just want them to make Horde evolve. The way that they were going, obviously they had the base version, then they added base defenses. I want more base defenses. Maybe you can add a couple more friends if you really want.
Like tower defense?
Have you played Horde? Horde is like tower defense.
Yeah. Gears 3 Horde mode was all
totally
about that.
Tower defense.
No, but you want it to be even more like that? More tower defense?
Me and Steve were playing Gears the other day, and we were having an amazing time doing it. Playing some Horde mode, and we would love to, I would totally be down for bigger structures or big things to add in.
Yeah.
Just so that we instead of being able just to have the small fence, if I could put a side of a building on so that it would stop a Brumac or something. I don't know what that is in this game.
Oh, they'll put that in there. They'll put that in there, and they'll make you use a card for it that you get from a rec pack.
Or what if
they'll call them cog
there's
packs.
a good map in Gears
the cog
3
pack, yeah.
where the whole map is the level keeps it's rotating because the ground is moving, and it would be amazing if a flood could come through in the middle of it and just fucking destroy everything on its way through, and it could all be powered by the cloud. They could just have all the physics done by that. And just have stuff like huge set pieces in Horde mode. It'd be awesome. And I mean, there's supposed to be tornadoes and stuff in this game, right?
They said that they're not in multiplayer. Now, whether that includes Horde or not, I suspect that Horde will be 60 frames a second and on the same side as the stuff rather than campaign. So
you think so? You think they'll go 60 FPS for Horde mode?
Fingers
crossed. It's multiplayer, isn't it? So
I guess, but I mean that's a chance for them to actually not go 60 and do cooler things if they really want to, since it's not as competitive,
But with the cloud,
different type of competitive.
With the cloud,
60. The cloud will save us.
Yeah, the cloud. Or it'll at least become a mist, and we'll just get really pissed because we can't see anything. But
maybe a fog.
A fog.
Yeah, a fog.
Would you rather 60 for Horde mode, Steve?
Well,
I would.
Yeah, yes, because switching between 30 and 60 is annoying as hell. So I'd be quite satisfied because once I finish the campaign and I've, over the first few weeks, maybe a month or two, have played it sufficiently, then I'll probably just put it down, and I don't want to keep switching between 30 and 60 between Horde and regular multiplayer. That'll just piss me off. So they should put it at 60.
Mm-hmm.
And also, they're going to try and make Horde will be part of the esports push, which is also why they'll probably put it at 60.
Well, hopefully the single player will be in 60 on the new Xbox coming out this year. No, that's what I'm hoping.
If you own your house, Vern, I wouldn't probably bet my house on it.
Maybe. Okay, next question. Will we ever get another Splinter Cell game? When will Splinter Cell Blacklist be backwards compatible on Xbox One? I think you've asked this question many times before, Prophecy. Right?
I got an answer for that.
Never.
I will say yes, and then before the end of the console generation. Yes on the new one, before the end of the generation on Blacklist.
Generation never ends.
Well then,
what if it's the last one?
Good.
Well,
tired of spending money for my silly little hobby.
Oh, you will spend money. You just won't have an end of the generation.
Keep losing my freaking video. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
how's my audio? It's all said it sucked.
Good. You sound good now.
Okay.
Ubisoft, when they talked about backwards compatibility, one of the first things they said was, "Oh, this would really benefit a franchise like Splinter Cell." Like that was the only one they mentioned, and it seems a bit bizarre that we haven't got any Splinter Cell games backwards compatible. But
You know,
I would
I know why.
imagine, I don't know, there's lots of games in the pipeline. I'm
Can I
sure
be
it will come at
honest?
some point.
I don't
they're
wanna
waiting for an
play-
announcement.
I don't
Yeah,
want
it's
to do
all
backwards
E3
compatible. I want to do. I would love Blacklist as an HD or a remake.
No, I would rather have Chaos Theory as an HD remake.
I love.
Well, they already
Blacklist.
did the original 3 on PS3, but they never brought them to Xbox.
They never brought them to Xbox?
No. So I can't imagine they'll
Yeah, maybe
it
they'll
again.
do a Splinter Cell collection in anticipation of a new Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Or I don't think they'll do that though. Honestly, I think what they're gonna do is they're just gonna wait until they announce a new Splinter Cell, and then they'll bundle in backwards compatibility, and that's when it'll be announced or something.
But the thing about Splinter Cell is that it was, you know, you look at all the Ubisoft's games and they're all open world, and they all have. I'm not saying they're the same games, but there is they have a very specific style of how they make games now. Even like Ghost Recon is now open world, and Blacklist came out and it didn't sell particularly very well. So if they can't, I mean, it was in my opinion a very good game. I loved it, but if they, I mean, was it where Jade Raymond was? I can't remember. Was it not Montreal? Their other Canadian warehouse.
Vancouver.
I'm not sure it is Vancouver. It might be somewhere else.
Windsor.
But they, I don't. I mean, if they are working on something, perhaps it will be like some sort of open world stealth adventure. That's kind of where Ubisoft are pushing their games.
Well, actually, where they're pushing is this shared world thing. They said they see the Division as like the future of where they're going with their games, and I think they also pointed to the crew as well. So I get the idea they're thinking shared world. So maybe they can do that with Splinter Cell, which would be kind of hard. This with stealth though.
Well, what they said was that they also said Far Cry Primal and said that games are going to be one or the other. Whereas, I mean, maybe they've got something interesting planned, but like I think what they were saying is that we're not going to be making any more large scale single player only games with no. You know, it's either got to be open world or it's got to be.
But open world will work.
Service.
I mean, look at Metal Gear Solid 5. It worked for that, and I mean, Splinter Cell was kind of in reaction to the Metal Gear Solid series when it first came out. So, I can definitely see them going in that direction. I think they do need a bit of time still. I mean, when did Blacklist come out? Was it like
2013?
13?
Yeah,
I mean,
2013.
So if they released one in 2017, 2018, maybe that would be enough time because it didn't do too well, and they probably need a little time off before coming back to it.
Wasn't the combat the best in Blacklist? Like better than all of them?
Was it a QTE?
I haven't played it.
Don't recall any QTEs.
I don't remember. I remember when it came out, we had Xbox One was about to come out.
Yeah,
well, they fucked up by releasing it like a month before the new consoles and not having a new console version.
That was stupid. It would have done really well as a launch title, I think.
Well, even if it came in like January, February, March, it would have done well. And for some reason, they just didn't.
Yeah, they messed that up.
Well, I think it was one of those things where I think they probably realized at a certain point through development that it wasn't going to be big. So they just made the best game they could, but didn't want to sink all the marketing money into it.
All right, well, next question. You guys will cover the games you've been playing during the show, but have you tried Monopoly Plus? I've been having a lot of fun playing that lately. It's fun making the Wicked Soul go bankrupt. Everyone should play it. Thanks. P.S. Steve rules, Steve cares, Steve knows. Prophecy. Yeah, as far as Monopoly, we all discussed buying it, but this was after we all discussed buying Tetris, and Tetris ended up being terrible. So that kind of made us be like, well, maybe we shouldn't all just buy like a shitty game and see if it's good.
Just throw it out there. The frame rate in this game is fucking awful.
In Monopoly?
Yes. Don't ask me why. It is. There's nothing going on in this game, but yes, it chugs.
Is it 3D or is it just like full motion video or something?
They totally 3D it up, and like I there's not much going on, but it chugs. Like we're talking about like 20 frames per second in some of these dice rolls, maybe lower. I'd love to see. I'd love to see like Digital Foundry do Monopoly. That it would just be funny. Like I think that'd be a good fun article for them. But,
Someone should make a website that does like, these Digital Foundry type things, but on games where it just doesn't matter to do it on.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty good.
and it's not even going to be like side by side PS4, Xbox One on Monopoly. Like I don't even need that. Just fucking let's just do Monopoly. Like, wow. And it's not like Hasbro doesn't have money to make their Monopoly game. I don't know.
Well, wasn't it Ubisoft that made Monopoly and Tetris? Or they
No, but they own
published
the fucking rights to it. So I mean, you would think that Hasbro would be like, "Hey, why does our game run like shit? Like, why? Like, it's Monopoly. This is a big It's a big license for us. It's Monopoly."
It does suck that Ubisoft is treating those games like shovelware.
But I have not. I will admit, I have not played the non-3D version of it yet because you can play it where it's just a board.
Okay, let me ask you this: can you actually get in a multiplayer group and play against each other, or is it like Tetris where multiplayer just doesn't work?
It was 2 a.m. and there was nobody playing. And I haven't played it since.
Well, it sounds like Prophecy and Wicked Soul can play against each other, so that's a good start. All right, well, that's all our letters. We only have 2 letters, so thank you all for writing in. And everyone else listening, you too can write us at letters@xboxuncut.com. So please write us.
We also accept Twitter questions.
We do. You can do it on Twitter. At the USDG. I'm at Team for Neo. We got at Steve Rules. We got at whatever Tim Dog is, but it's a weird one, like
PNF4 with a 4
life with a Y, right?
Yeah.
And what's yours one saying? Is it just at X one saying X? Right?
Yep. X1 saying X. All one word, everybody.
So follow us, tweet at us, letters, whatever. We'll read them on the show.
You can find me on AIM or ICQ.
Yeah.
MySpace.
This is the point of the show where I go, Steve,
What about Friendster?
Oh, yeah. No, I never made it to Friendster.
What about,
Peach.
All right. I'll let Steve answer his question.
How are you doing, Steve?
I'm fine, thank you, Dustin. I appreciate the words.
Yeah. I'm glad you're doing good. Just want to let you know, you went first today. You know why? You showed up the last 2 weeks. Showed up.
Yeah,
You're a
well.
shower.
Yeah.
I mean, not on camera.
But I'm a grower.
Yeah. It all ends up at dick jokes. The end of the
Dick
world,
jokes are
everything.
Hilarious.
All right, Steve, releases. What's coming out for me to buy?
Okay. It's actually
Wait, Steve,
surprisingly...
if Killer Instinct isn't number 1 on your list, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Okay, so first on the list is Griffin Knight Epic.
Punched in the face.
Okay, it's a 2D medieval shoot 'em up that mixes elements from classic shoot 'em ups with exploration and duel-like boss battles. The art style is cartoony and nice and colourful. It actually looks reasonably interesting. It's $10 on Steam, and it has very positive reviews, which is nice.
So it's a side scroller?
Yeah, basically.
I like good side scrollers. Maybe I'll check it out.
I don't trust reviews no more, Steve. I don't trust him. I was watching it kind of funny. This dude was trying to defend his division score of 6.5 or whatever. It was like the guy's a moron. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Who's this? I'm kind of funny.
No, it wasn't. It was one of the IGN guys. The guy that gave it a 6.5 was on Kind of Funny, defending. He said there was more blurriness and like room to put stuff in a 100-point scale over a 5-point or a 10-point. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, when you have 100 points, you have a more precise scale. You're saying this is exactly an 87. Like you're going like spot on. It was a bad interview, and like it was a bad way to try to fucking defend review scores. I mean, review scores are dumb anyway, but like that game was way better than that. So,
reviews are all subjective, you know. People have been shitting on Batman vs Superman, and I thought it was fantastic. So, I'm done reading reviews and all that other shit. Just I'll form my own opinion.
Okay, so next up next week is Resident Evil 6, which is launching on Xbox One. I believe it's $20. It's the first of the sort of second trilogy that will be launching, with 5 up next and 4 after that. One in summer, one in the fall, or whatever you guys call it. Yeah, it's $20 and it includes all the DLC, and they've mixed a few things up a bit. Maybe it will be less terrible this time. After that is Minecraft Story Mode Episode 5, Order Up, which is the last of the original 5, and they announced 3 more, which might be spoiling some potential news, but suck it, Dustin.
I didn't put that in the news. I am mad at that game. I'm gonna give another fucking rant. That game pissed me off. It pissed me off, Steve. It made me very upset, and the Telltale will not be forgiven because what they did to the one redeeming good character in that thing, in that story arc.
Does the thing that happens to that character happen no matter what?
Yes.
Okay.
It's unforgivable, and the game's just not that great anyway. I'll put it. It's probably the weakest of all Telltale games.
I still need to play it.
Other than fucking, I don't know. I haven't played every single Telltale game, so there's possibilities. But it's the weakest of the latest Telltale games.
Okay, next up is RBI Baseball 16, which is the sort of downloadable. I think it's got a sort of a more cartoony style to it. I might be wrong about that. Pretty much the only baseball game on Xbox One. It's coming out the same day as the show as well, so...
Ooh, show's in some trouble.
After that is The Walking Dead Michonne, Episode 2.
Yay!
So obviously it's the second of the 3 episodes in the Walking Dead spin-off. On
Isn't
the
that
third...
weird, though? Like, the release, 2 Telltale games on, is it the same day?
It's the same day, yes.
That's you think they'd spread their content out?
Well, no, didn't Borderlands and Game of Thrones sometimes come out together? Maybe 1 or 2 of those episodes.
I just feel like they'd be better off if they. I mean, I know they're different franchises, but to spread their games so it's like a Telltale, like an episode from Telltale's coming out every 2 weeks, instead of going, here's all the games right here, and then nothing from Telltale for 6 months, 7 months. I don't know. I'm sorry. Another rant.
Yeah, I think it'd be smart if they treated it more like, say, HBO does with their different seasons of shows and stuff like that. Or,
Just line them up.
That would be smart, but...
Okay, so next up on the 29th of March, the final game out on this day is Killer Instinct Season 3, which will launch with 4 characters. Is it Kim-Woo, Arbiter, Rash, and Tusk? They teased, was it Mira?
Yeah, the vampire lady.
Maya or something. Yeah, and they also announced all the pricing. So you can spend on Xbox One, if you spend $60, you get, is it the Ultimate Editions of all 3 of them?
Yes.
Including Killer Instincts 1 and 2.
No, not for the PC. You don't get those.
No, he's saying for
for Xbox One.
If you let me finish.
Okay.
On PC, it's $50 and you get all 3 Ultimate Editions, but the price difference, according to them, is because the 2 classic games are not included, which seems fair enough to me. And it's cross-buy, so if you buy it on Xbox One, get it on PC and on Windows 10, and if you buy the Windows 10 version, you get it on Xbox One without the 2 classic games, presumably. Yep, and then on the 30th of March is Active Soccer 2 DX, which is a port of a sort of top-down mobile soccer football game, which actually looks quite fun, but it's only local co-op, and it's $15, neither of which appeal to me. Then it's Organic Panic, which is out on the 1st of April, and then it's like a 2D platformer, again with local co-op. You control what looks like some sort of tomato with a fairly garish art style. And then finally, I don't know if this is a new release or just a re-release, but WRC 5 Esports Edition is out on the 1st of April as well.
Which the rally game or whatever?
Oh, it includes the game and the first DLC, which is an esports pack. I don't know.
Is the rally game or what's the rally game? Oh, it looked terrible, man.
Yeah. So that's it for releases. The week after will be a big week because Dirt Rally's out.
Oh, okay.
So
Sweet.
everyone get hyped for Dirt Rally, and this other thing, some no-name Finnish dev called Remedy apparently have got like
it's like 720p.
No, but it's 4 lots of 720p.
It is. It's 4 720p's.
Well, 1 new 720p and 3 old 720p.
Yeah, that's true. No, 4 old ones. He takes the previous 4 frames.
Yeah, reconstruction.
So it's 5 720p frames.
Yeah, it is. It's 5 720p's.
So okay. See, I thought it was 3 and adding a 4th.
It's
so
1.
It's 5.
Yeah.
No,
it's 4
I don't know.
Adding a 1.
It might be the frame itself, and then 4 or 3.
No, it's 4.
No,
it's the previous 4 frames.
Yeah, they say previous 4, so it's 720p 5x.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna call it.
So what does that exactly mean for those that really don't know, like myself?
What they're doing is they're keeping the data on each frame for where like the anti-aliasing needs to happen and everything, and they're taking all that data and combining the 5 photos, with the 5th one being like the primary, but they're adding in information from the other 4 and adding the anti-aliasing information to give you a nice smooth look.
Yeah, it's filling in all the pixels to make it look like a 1080p image by using
that goes into the buffer, right, of the 1080p, and then it upscales.
Right. No, it doesn't upscale.
It doesn't upscale.
It doesn't upscale, correct? Because it goes into the buffer, right? Yeah.
Right.
It is reconstructing it
as a 1080p image. Yeah.
So it's a weird way.
It looks really good though,
and it looks fantastic. And suppose I heard some developers saying it like frees up almost half the GPU depending on what the task is. Like it can really just allow them to do.
Well, apparently, Rainbow Six does this or something like it.
Yes,
not with the previous 4 frames, but it does like some kind of weird thing like
does something with 540p. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that looks really good. So I guess it's a good technique. And there's rumor that Uncharted may even be doing something like this as well.
Yes.
Yeah, NX Gamer said it was doing it, but I mean, we don't know what that really like. Even if they were using like 4 900p images to reconstruct, I mean, whatever they're doing, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, and then Killzone did something kind of similar with interlaced images because of Shadowfell, and then apparently, what is it? Until Dawn did something like this too. So this is. And even Assassin's Creed, most recently, which was it? The most recent one? Syndicate. Apparently, that did something like this too. So this kind of thing is starting to become a little more popular, and apparently it's working because the games that use it, for the most part, have looked really good. So, I wonder if we'll start seeing things like this to get 4K images.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You could do the. I asked Dark X, who's John Linneman of Digital Foundry, who's actually going to have an in-depth analysis of this that's going to release on the 1st, I believe. But
maybe he'll title it "The Benefits of 720p."
Well, he seems like he's really. I think he's gonna. I think
instead of the price of.
I think you need to write that article.
Yeah, instead of the price of 60 frames per second,
He's actually very impressed with what Remedy's doing.
It's
and then his article will probably read completely differently.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
No, the article will probably read very pro at a certain point, then negatives, but the headline without a doubt is going to be to get the most clicks.
Yeah,
that's what
720p, like something like. But anyway, he said that that you're going to see this being done at 1080p as the the target as opposed to 720p. So yeah, you're gonna be able to. They're gonna be doing that stuff too. So it's actually really cool stuff. Aside from all the bullshit that goes with it, it's to me it's fascinating how what they're doing and how they're getting more GPU to do this. And there really is. There's a little drawbacks, but it's not the same. It's not the same quality as it's a higher quality than 720p. So it's not fair to call it 720p, but you can't call it 1080p either. So
You know what'd be cool is if, or what'd be weird actually, is if they do this to create 4K images, but you're playing on a 1080p television. So if you take a 1080p image and use the previous 4 frames to create a 4K image, but then downscale it back down to 1080p. Whoa.
well, that's basically what I asked him. But that,
What if you're having a dream within a dream, Brent?
believe it or not, that type of stuff is probably going to happen.
Wait, incoming news. Shinobi is saying Uncharted 4 multiplayer is not on disc.
Yeah, I saw that earlier on Twitter.
I thought that Naughty Dog said that.
I guess they did. That's pretty funny.
Well, that explains the manufacturing delay.
Look, they're haloing it, and they're just trying to get the game out.
Well, let's hope this one actually
they can't fit it on the disc.
Yeah.
Just
Well, no, like I said, they're haloing.
This is like Halo Master Chief Collection. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a question. So can the Xbox One or PS4 not do multi-disc games?
Correct.
No.
It seems.
It doesn't appear so.
Okay. All right.
Well, what I don't understand is that if you look at how the 360 did it with some games, is that some games you just swap between the discs, and other games like Forza you installed the content, but you can install content here, so why can they just put it in like a DLC wrapper?
Yeah.
And put it in. I mean, that seems.
That's a great question, Steve. And one day we might get an answer for that, but not today.
Yeah.
You would think they would have like an install DLC wrapper, just that it
What?
would just shove it in there.
If we get Aaron Greenberg on here, we'll ask him, right? Even though he won't be able to answer it.
Well, Aaron Greenberg would probably be like, should we ask Mike Barron this question?
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll still ask him anyway.
Tim, you need to send him a DM.
You should. Find out for us, Tim.
All right,
we can get the scoop. You can share it on this podcast first. Don't tell anyone else.
Yeah.
All right.
Xbox Uncut, Tim exclusive. Tim, harass this guy for us. We get the first dibs. All right. Well, where to go?
We were in releases, and he was talking about Quantum Break releasing.
Okay, so Quantum Break, yeah.
Yeah, Steve.
It's coming.
Any more?
Thank you, Steve. No, he said that was it for releases. He went into the next
the final release that I know of anyway. Maybe some other shit will release, but
some other shit. Yeah. But we're just gonna move right into the news because we got so much to talk about, and I know we want to get into Batman talk. Me and Chris do at least.
Goddamn right.
Batman v Superman. All right. Well, let's go right into it. Xbox gets another limited edition price drop, right down to $299. Limited until they decide to price drop it again. This could be $250. It needs to drop. This needs to be permanent. And I don't know. I wish they wouldn't do limited time fucking price drops. It just doesn't.
They're trying to burn through all that inventory for the new one that's coming out.
Yeah.
Well, I think the limited serves the purpose of making some people think, oh, well, if it's limited, I better go and get it. But also, it serves a purpose for them, because if they drop the price and say, oh, it's $300, and actually they don't see a sales gain, then they could probably be quite content to put it back up for the summer and get their extra $50. So it gives them the option without. I mean, imagine if they turn around and said, "Hey, here's a $50 price drop. Oh, by the way, here's a $50 increase." Like it. I mean, not that they would do that, but it gives them the option if they wish.
But $300 for an Xbox with Quantum Break, that's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
And not just that, GameStop has a deal. If you have an old Slim 360, they're giving you $100 off that, so it's $200 for Quantum Break 360, if you're trading in a Slim 360
And a PS3
or PS3. Well,
or a PS3.
yeah, not and
Which-
yeah, it's or.
Which is what they did in April last year, and they won MPDs by like 13,000. So, Tim, you better get your MPD hat on because victorias are coming.
You think that- I
It's-
don't know. I think
No,
I don't know.
it's not. It's not.
I don't think they're gonna
It's
win.
not.
I don't. I
No.
don't. I don't really see them winning. I think that pretty much they might not win again.
March is
This
a 5-week
generation.
month for MPD
Until
reporting
new
periods,
hardware,
though.
maybe.
Well,
yeah,
actually,
until the new hardware are great.
where they might get an upswing is the Quantum Break bundle, because as I said, March is a 5-week month for MPD reporting. So
okay.
price drop combined, but that doesn't necessarily mean. I mean, you look at the numbers PS4 is selling. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. So
Hey, Steve,
yeah,
what's your prediction for sales-wise for Quantum Break?
I haven't seen any TV ads yet, so not particularly very high.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is going to be, I'm guessing, the main bundle going forward for a while. So
Yeah, but you got 20 million-ish consoles to sell it to, and people need to know that it's there to be bought.
oh yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying because of the bundle, it'll move a lot of copies just from that, hopefully. And it's not going to be like one of those limited bundles like Sunset Overdrive. It'll be a real bundle. So much like what we saw with Gears of War Ultimate.
I think the white bundle is nice as well, because for some reason people love white consoles, even though they're all absolutely hideous.
No, they're not.
Well, no, if the console's white, you like the black bundle, and if the console's black normally, you like the white bundle. I mean, that's just
I want
how
a
it
red
works.
Xbox One.
You want the one that's different.
I want the Gears of War one.
Yeah, if the Gears of War one's
360
red,
something?
I will fucking buy it.
Red
I
and
want it.
black and
want
like
it
all
so-
amazing, like the 360 version was. The Gears of
Hell
War
yeah.
3.
But yeah, so I think it's so on top of releasing with a big new game and being at a attractive price, the white one, they could certainly have a good March and April. Although apparently, by the way, on the GameStop website, the terms and conditions say that the price drop is only limited until 30th of April.
hmm
So
Yeah, I think they're gonna. I think they're just gonna go permanent price drop at E3. I mean, that's typically what they do. Because because I'm looking even on like Amazon, like PlayStation is Amazon's just destroying Xbox right now. Like I follow pretty much Amazon throughout the generation. Right now, it's PlayStation is at 11 and Xbox is closest to it is 40. So,
but I saw someone mention this. I can't remember where it was, but they said that if you were going to buy an Xbox One, why would you go and buy it off Amazon when GameStop have got the trade-in deal and other deals? I mean, and they had
They'll
exactly
do
the
good,
same thing.
but
They
it's,
had exactly the same thing in April last year, and Xbox did well. So
yeah,
I think they'll do well. I just don't think I think they'll still. They're not, I don't think they're going to win another MPD for a long time, unless they get new hardware. If that new Xbox is coming out, Xbox Fire.
I mean, but that like even if Xbox Fire comes out, I love that we're gonna call it. This is what we're calling it. It's gonna be fucking Xbox Fire from now on.
Yeah, we came up with this shit, man.
Yeah. So if Xbox Fire comes out, it's gonna still be in the same trend that Microsoft's always been with selling Xbox. They hit, and Sony always wins like year long. They've always done it. They've always had great marketing year long. Xbox has always hit really strong during Christmas, the month of E3 sometimes, and like that's about it. They have their like 2 or 3 times they kill it at in NPD. Other than that, they never do. Like Sony usually wins, and now that Sony's fucking selling like a shitload, and they're the preferred platform, they're even beating them in the Christmas holiday season. And that's where, Microsoft can't make up ground anymore. Like, the Sony's outselling them throughout the year, and it's, even in, holiday season, they're beating them. So, like, they used to have the holiday season to lean back on, and now they don't. But I could see them, like you said, with their trend, they might be able to pull it off with an Xbox Fire. I would like to see them do it, and I was going to bring it up because, like, I really want to buy the Quantum Break console. I think it looks awesome. Vern's completely right. Now that I don't have a white Xbox One, I fucking want one. But I'm hedging my bets. I'm waiting for E3, and that way when they do announce the Xbox Fire, we can just I can go and fucking
light a match.
I'm gonna light a match, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pre-order the Xbox Fire, and then when they announce that it's gonna work with the Oculus Rift, I'll get one of those because I'm just gonna say it again: Xbox Fire, Xbox Fire, Xbox Fire. Yeah.
What if it does? What if it actually does work with Oculus Rift, and then Microsoft can be like, "Fuck you, Sony."
No, they won't because the Oculus is going to be more expensive for an Xbox Fire.
I would buy
and an Xbox than it is to buy a VR. Because let's be honest,
I mean they might drop the price by the time the PlayStation VR comes
Xbox
out.
Fire's out.
Wait, drop the price of what?
You can get
Oculus Rift.
You can get Pornhub on. It'll be a UWP.
Yeah.
UWA Pornhub.
But isn't the Xbox hardware plus the Oculus still going to be more expensive than a PS4 plus a VR?
No, that's what I was saying. I thought it would be. Yeah.
Even if but they're also not going to drop by like. If they're not going to drop the Rift by like $300 in that time.
No, I mean they would just had to drop.
It won't get a drop this year. But I would be very surprised if they do new hardware and there is actually beefed up hardware in there. I would be extremely surprised if it did not work with Oculus Rift. I mean, that seems to me like the obvious place where they could position this hardware because of their partnership with Oculus. They got you put our controller in your box and we'll make our new box support your headset. I mean, okay, it's more expensive, but it's a premium product.
Yeah. And
how much would you guys pay for an Xbox Fire?
An Xbox Fire, I'd be willing to pay $399.
Yeah, I don't want it to be any more expensive than that.
I mean,
I'll trade in my console toward it.
If they told me $499, that bitch better fucking have insane specs.
See, I don't know. I think there's going to be a port, and I think it's going to be right out of the box. It'll be probably $350 or maybe even the price that it is now. You'll have the 4K, media for the 2.0 HDMI, and they might have a port, and then the add-on might come after that. I don't think it's going to be built into
add-on.
Oh no! We're talking about a platform, Tim, not add-ons. We don't believe in the add-on rumor.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be.
It's going to burn away add-ons. Okay.
It's going to light Christmas trees on fire,
yes.
Tim.
I don't
know. Nix this idea.
Well, if you go by what Eurogamer option 1 for Sony is basically option 1 for Microsoft too. If the APU can shrink, they can basically modify it where they can. I think it was 2 times the power of what they have originally. I'm going to look at it right now, or they could do the add-on. In my opinion, but something's up with Xbox. I'll tell you that right now.
No, but the
add-on idea is a non-starter.
It's not happening.
It would be a dreadful idea.
Developing for PlayStation and Xbox are 2 separate things. People think they're very similar, but they're not because it's like developing for Apple and Windows.
This is x86.
No, but it's like both Apple and Windows use x86. But they're 2 different, it's like 2 different languages. Windows is going to, I really believe that they're going to go forward compatibility. That's going to happen. That's how they're going to do it. Everything's just going to work, and it's going to move forward. PlayStation, I'm just not sure about Sony on their side. I mean, I could see them doing the exact same APU, just more powerful by doubling up transistors, doing stuff like that. It makes a lot of sense for them to do. I just don't trust Sony enough on the software side to be able to go, and everything's just going to keep going forward. I could see them doing more like Nintendo's approach, where they're going to have the PS4.5, and then they'll actually have a PS5 that's completely different hardware. That won't.
It doesn't make sense with the add-on. I'm just thinking outside the box. They're probably they're probably going to modify the APU and the CPU, the APU, the CPU, and GPU technology, like Eurogamer suggests for PlayStation. I think that's what Microsoft may be doing.
No, but Microsoft has all their games in a wrapper, which they could move to different hardware.
They could exactly. You could still play your hardware as it is on Xbox One, and you could still play
PlayStation games aren't in a wrapper. That's my whole point.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I understand what you're saying from the software side. I'm just saying from the hardware, from the actual what they're gonna do.
No, what I'm sorry, I hate to keep interrupting you, but like what I mean by that is because it's in a wrapper, it's easier for Microsoft to toss on something different and just make it forward compatible, and the wrapper can adjust for the system. While Sony's is built for their system, so it's going to be harder for like Sony can definitely just make their stuff beefier, but they can't change it. While Microsoft has the ability to go, fuck it, let's go Intel. Like we can.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. My opinion, though, is that they are actually going to have this is definitely going to happen. Something's up, and the Xbox is going to have another Xbox. Like you said, it might be $500, but it's going to be a lot more powerful than this one.
And I think they're going to try to beat Sony to the
punch
on this one. Yeah, they're going to try to get it up before. Hopefully, when they announce it, hopefully they don't announce it for $499, and then Sony comes out and announces the 4.5 for $399.
Well, it all depends on power too.
Yeah.
No, but power hasn't been the deciding factor before. So even if Microsoft do have something that is way more powerful,
it'll help.
The market's not going to care.
I agree, Steve. What they need to do is they need to hold talking about pricing to GDC, announce the fuck out of it at E3, and just wait for price. Don't
see. I just see it as something that that would referencing what Phil said, that they can keep, within a generation. I just think they're doing something, and in my opinion, if they actually have an Xbox that can fix Xbox Fire that can fix the problems that they have this generation, it would help. Now, I'm not saying is it going to leapfrog PS4? Then no, I don't think that's happening. But I do think, as you could see with games, that they're just the power issue has plagued them all generation. And we could say it doesn't matter, and we can compare last generations, which didn't have social media the way it is now. The way these games come out, and they're 720p or the 900p and 1080p, Microsoft needs to combat that moving forward. And then the whole thing of 4K is going to come.
Yeah.
And the first person to 4K, in my opinion, is 4K gaming, which might be 5 years, 10 years away. They're the ones.
No,
5 years.
It could be this year.
It's not going to be this year.
Man.
Oh no, it could be this year.
No, I'm talking about playing games natively in 420 in 4K.
Oh, indie games will be in 4K for sure.
Okay, but we're talking like games like Quantum Break. Let's say 3 years, 4 years. Let's not. The first one that can actually do that is going to start to. The first one in the 4K market that's active in it is going to see gains for sure. That is the next boom, in my opinion.
I see where you're coming from, Tim, but I think you're not gonna, like Xbox. I don't think there's going to be another generation ever. Like this is it. This is the last generation, and you're going to get revisions. You'll get hardware revisions every 3. We talked about this before, like every 3 years. But this is the last generation. Like
I could see that.
Now I think Sony I really do think Sony they will have another generation where they'll kind of knock off their
redo everything
and redo everything and then that will be their last generation because they'll do exactly what Microsoft's going to do. And that way they have a wrapper that can just move forward and they can just say, hey, this is PlayStation.
Right.
Like it's whatever. And then they can eventually, consoles will die and they can move that platform to TVs and it'll just be a wrapper that moves to the future.
You know what they could do to supplement the cost? Remember when the 360 was doing, similar to how cell phones worked, if you subscribe to Xbox Live Gold, they subsidize the price each month. That would be like how remember that?
But
was that actually successful for them?
No,
what makes sense,
like Microsoft did that in a limited trial with the Xbox 360 with television. It didn't work out well for them. Then that didn't proceed down that front. They've tried that. It sounds like a great idea, but nobody, like, people hate fucking 2-year plans, like with phone plans. People hate it so much that phone carriers stop doing it, like, altogether.
Well,
Like,
I
people
do.
don't wanna
I
do
do
it.
think that what you said makes a lot of sense in regards to the wrapper and how Microsoft has this built. They could very well go into this thing where every 3 years they're going to release a modified Xbox, and I think basically that's what's going to happen.
I don't think it could be 2 years, and the reason I say this is because then you're going to have like a game that could run maybe on 3 different pieces of hardware at once, and they'd have to change the settings for each one of those 3, and I'm not sure if the publishers will want to do that kind of thing, you know.
I mean, I think they'd be willing if it's like 9 years in and it's a very simple game, they would do it. But
yeah,
like you said, Vern, like every 3 makes more sense. Maybe even every 4, but that might get a little stale.
So Xbox Fire, when do you think it's coming out? When do you think it's
this year?
See, I think it's
Xbox Fire is going to read like it's essentially they're having Crisis on Infinite Earths. They're going to go back, redo the whole fucking thing. Yeah, I'm going to keep it in DC Comics. And they're just going to say, hey, let's start again. Let's just...
It's like the new 52.
You get to continue to keep all the things you love. Xbox One going forward. People that are on the original Xbox One, guess what? Your future games are still going to work.
The UI's already been fixed.
The UI's already there.
Does it work with Kinect?
No, of course, it has to. Everything moves forward. Now, that doesn't mean they don't have to fucking make Kinect games, but it's going to move forward.
Right.
Now, the Xbox Fire 2.0, I think you drop Kinect or... well, you don't drop it. You just... Well, I guess you drop it. I mean...
Well, those games... you gotta have the port there, but
nobody gives a shit about those games anyway.
Yeah.
I love Kinect.
But, like, there's not enough there.
Tremendously, Tim.
What?
I said I love Kinect Sports Rivals, and I care about that tremendously.
But no, I'll put it this way: like, if they do make it forward compatible, I'm not even thinking about the software side of it because the software side's easy because it's in the wrapper. It's literally the proprietary port on the back of the Xbox One for the Kinect. I could see them dropping that and selling people the USB adapter if you really want to hook up.
Really want it. Yeah.
And there it is.
Save money.
You can have it.
Yeah.
Like it'll just turn into a
$25.
USB port, and that's it. Like that's how you'll push that forward, and then you'll drop it. Yeah. People that want it, keep it. It's not a big deal. The software's done. They just don't need to use it. And if you want to use it for Skype, and I could see them adding I don't know how they would do this, but just audio. Like just have an audio way of doing it.
So, Steve, what do you think? You think it's coming this year? What's your take on this whole thing?
Well, I think that Phil Spencer saying what he did in February when he was under no... there was absolutely no need for him to say what he was going to say unless they're going to do it. So I do think it is this year. But what I find interesting is that all of these rumors have popped up about Sony, and outside of people saying, well, we've heard some rumors or like whispers about Microsoft, no one's got a clue. Now, maybe they've got really good at keeping information quiet, but I think that the lack of rumors, I mean, we already knew the PS4 and Xbox One specs way before they were announced. I mean, people were questioning them, but ultimately, outside of Sony announcing higher RAM, which they didn't even tell developers they were doing, until they announced it, we already knew. So I do think it's very interesting that there's been no rumors.
No, but in the last year and a half to 2 years, Microsoft has been very
locked their
good
shit down since NT-kernel.
Like they are totally not letting shit leak. Like it has been.
Besides, Gears was the only major one, right?
Yeah.
Gears Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
they keep it real quiet.
It's been real quiet. Like Xbox Fire has been the biggest. It's not even a leak. Like they're just laughing PR stunt they've done. Right. Like it's what they do. Xbox Fire. That's all.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Well, wasn't the Chinese leak for like the October event, apart from the Xbox stuff, wasn't that right? Like there was rumors about what there was going to be there. Wasn't that pretty spot on? I can't remember.
But nothing's been damning for them in the last 2 years. Like nothing's really been like, wow, I can't believe that
Gears
leaked.
Ultimate was the major one since NT-kernel. Yeah, like
and like
Recore, no one even knew about Recore.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
They've been pretty quiet overall. Like I think this under Phil that they have a new like level of security compared to old Microsoft, because they used to leak shit nonstop. It was like, here's this, and hey, guess what's coming? Like it's just. Now we don't have that no more. That's gone. Security is locked down for the most part. But so
I guess
like
Rare
Nintendo,
Replay was leaked before.
Yeah, I mean, this is like too many. So, like, this is what Yubara just tweeted. What a crazy week! Excited about the future, Xbox Nation. You know, so like, I just, I really definitely think that there's a lot of.
It's coming.
There's something coming for sure.
like
there
we
really
didn't know
is.
about what is it? The Rare game, fucking
Yeah,
know
Ono
about
Bones just said Surface Book didn't leak either.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that
was a big one.
Like, I can tell you, in regards to like with my dealings with Aaron and how he changed. Like, he's still cool and all, but how he changed in the things that he would say or would comment on, from when it was at launch to when Phil got it. Like you could tell there is like Albert Pinello has he has a muzzle on him. He's not really, a lot, and a lot of their tweets and are looked at by social media, not by reputation management, and also Phil is really big on surprises. He thinks, he wants you to be surprised. So yeah, there is definitely a tight-lipped culture going on right now, and like I said, I've seen it firsthand with Aaron, where he, might have given me a little something in the past, like a little tidbit of information, but now he won't answer, or
Lockdown, yeah.
or he'll just talk about something. He'll put a fire up, like in a DM. You know what I mean? Like,
Fire.
he just,
It used to mean warmer, but like now it just means Xbox Fire. Yeah.
I think the most interesting thing will be, I mean, are they announcing something that launches at the end of the year, or will it be like a kind of
here's the problem.
out thing?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Steve? Will it be what?
Whether they'll announce at E3 and it'll be like, oh, this is out in September or October, or whether it's like, oh, here's this thing and it's out in like a few weeks, or...
Well, that's the thing, is if you're going to have it come out in 2017, you're not going to announce it in 2016 at E3, because you're going to cannibalize your own sales.
Tim, he's talking about even sooner than that. Like, do you have it like literally a week after E3 you toss off the Xbox Fire, or do you wait till November?
I think it's going to be holiday, if anything.
But why?
I don't see it them just be able to.
I think it's going to be early September, and Recore's
They're going to go all. They're gonna go all Sega
so.
Saturn and just release.
I think late September, and I think they do that literally just to have something, GDC, whatever.
Well, I mean, it's a matter of manufacturing it and actually getting it out. It's not easier said than done. It's like,
But that's the reason why I'm surprised there's been no leaks, because they can be as quiet as they want, but sooner or later someone in the manufacturing is going to say, hold on a second, this isn't an Xbox One.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it looks identical.
We'll hear about it soon if it's going to
If it looks identical to an Xbox One, then Jesus Christ.
Hey, depending on what kind of hardware they put in it, they actually might need to use the room in the box now.
I know, this is going to be smoking. This is Xbox
Fire. On fire. Yeah. It'll be on fire. But no, seriously, if they actually use something that's not a mobile GPU from that's a year old, hey, they fucking, it might actually generate some heat, because right now the Xbox One does.
Could you imagine if they used our name and it started having overheating issues and we were responsible for all the...
Well, I don't think that they can, because if you remember, Amazon Fire,
yeah, they can.
Yeah, they actually had that. So, what would be what would you guys think if it was just a slim model with HDMI 2.0 so it could do 4K media? Would you guys be happy with that, or you guys now want Xbox Fire?
I want Xbox Fire.
I want beefed up.
Me too.
Hardware.
If all it is a 2.0 port on the back end, I will not buy it. I'm not interested. If it is literally, hey, this shit's going to be fucking on fire, and you're going to be able to hook Oculus
That's what
to it.
We should call the show Xbox Fire for this show, because this is a big segment.
Yeah, fucking
Hey,
fire.
how does Oculus hook up to a PC? Like USB 3.0?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
Isn't Oculus wireless?
No. Oculus has 3 wires coming off of it.
And Hive is also...
No, fucking all these VR headsets have multiple wires coming off them.
Yeah,
You
I
got a
don't like
power,
that.
video, and like probably controller or something crazy.
Yeah, but it's version 1 tech, Tim. It'll be a while before they're
No, it
able
wouldn't.
to
Like
do that.
the problem is USB-C is not fucking, or USB not 3.0, but C isn't like
Yeah.
universal yet. Like most people don't have it, so you can't just have that port. But USB-C provides power, enough bandwidth, everything to do an Oculus. So technically, you could get all that down to one wire. And the new HDMI cord can do power also, which would be more than enough input and output and bandwidth to do it. Like I can't imagine, because still these headsets are 1080p. If we were talking about a 4K headset, you know, yeah, it probably wouldn't have the strength.
It would
to do
set your Xbox on fire.
Yeah,
literally.
a 1080p headset, I think they'd be able to pull that off with USB 3.0 or USB-C.
So we all want a beefier Xbox, and you, like you said, you think that this is just going to be a start of them
It's a
upgrading.
platform. It's a start of a platform.
They'll
That's
call
all
it the
it
new
is.
Xbox console, and then the next one will be called Generation 5
Two,
or something.
whatever.
Yeah, and then you won't even pay attention. It'll just be, hey, did you see the new Xbox? Wow.
No,
this
they'll
is
call
amazing.
it Gen 5, I think. But you got Xbox 360, Xbox One. The new one will be Gen 4, and then they'll call the next one
I
Gen
get
5.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, it'll just, you won't, when they market it, it'll always just be
The
Xbox.
Xbox.
Yeah, it won't be.
Right, that's all you have to do.
gen. Like, they don't have
You
to
could
do
just
that.
say that's all you could do. You could just say Xbox.
Because
Or
the problem,
they'll call it the Xbox console.
the problem with
Yeah.
naming is, like, Apple's running into it, and I guarantee you Microsoft's watching it very closely, is you now have the iPhone SE, you have the iPhone S, you have the iPhone S Plus, you have the iPhone, you got the iPad, you got the iPad Air 2, you got the iPad Pro, you got the iPad Pro. Like, there are so many stupid names for their products that it's... What used to be a joke about Samsung is now a joke on Apple. Because it's not simple. And if they just keep it, hey, this is the Xbox.
And then they can put in
small.
small writing what gen it is.
Yes,
But I
they can
think
put Gen 5
just-
right on the bottom, but
Yeah.
it's Xbox.
But I think just the Xbox might
As
end
a-
up causing some consumer confusion as they end up making new models. Like I think
Yeah,
you've
but
got
if
to
they
have
do-
something
Something that stands out.
distinctive. I mean, the
Yeah.
SE is a stupid name for a phone when you're already on number 6, but
Well, technically they're not on number 6.
Yeah.
well, they call it number 6. But I
they're
think that
6S
they need to
plus.
have something.
Or no, I mean, it's just trying to
You
figure out
want
names is
Steve
hard.
Rules? What about the Steve Rules
Well,
console?
no, okay. In my opinion, I think they need to have a number.
Look, this is what's going to happen. I'm calling it now. Microsoft's going to go in, they're going to buy Amazon. Not for the Fire name, but so that they can get their server business because it's fucking just as huge as theirs. And then they'll just use the Xbox Fire name. Yeah, call
Or
it.
they'll just call it the Xbox 4K.
But I think then is 5K the next? Like that's the problem. They
No,
need something
8K.
where they,
No,
where they
technically it goes 4K,
Well, 5K.
8K.
well,
Well, it's
in
5K
my
right
opinion-
now, displays.
In my opinion, they need something where they can just be like, you know what, this is fucking number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, and they already have a 1.
Just
And
to throw it
this-
out there, 5K displays will never take off for TV viewing.
Okay.
Like people. No, I'm being honest. Like 4K is going to take off. That's going to be the next 4 or 5 years. 8K is going to finally grow up enough that it can actually be put in people's houses, and that's what we're going to switch to eventually. But like that's fucking.
Do we
way
get to
the
a
fuck
point
off.
though? Do you get to a point where it's like
Diminishing returns, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
8K is that point. Don't get me wrong. People have already looked at 8K displays, and you cannot. There is literally no way to see a pixel in it. It is
Even 4K is almost there, honestly, when you're getting
4K
to
is
certain size
really fucking
televisions.
Close. No, I agree.
Yeah.
But 8K is small enough that you can't possibly see it. There's you need literally a microscope to fucking go up to it and see the pixels.
You wouldn't even need anti-aliasing.
Yeah,
at all.
So what's after
super,
8K?
super dense.
12K?
No, you don't need a display for that. You just don't, because you cannot visually see it. There's no the human eye. You've reached
Can't
the
detect
What
maximum
about
yeah.
capacity.
float
Yeah.
screens?
Now, even trust me, I was watching 4K content. You cannot see any pixels in it. It looks fucking gorgeous. 4K looks amazing, but 8K is 8K is when you cross the valley of, okay, that doesn't look like of image on a screen anymore. Like it's beyond that.
And even then, that's only probably when you're getting at like 60 inches or higher that it even matters all that much.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't wait for those articles. Like, if I sit 8 feet back from 8K compared to 4K, like, I can really see it, Vern. I can see it.
You'd be like, you know what, idiots, just enjoy your 4K.
And 4K.
I'll be happy with 4K forever. I really would.
Yeah.
I really do think that they need to ensure that this naming system is something that is very clear. And very
What would you
simple.
like it called, Steve?
They should just call it
Xbox rules?
Xbox. They should just call it Xbox 2.
No.
You already have a 1.
Yes.
No, but
then
you
they
already have
got
a second one.
So let me get so that your solution is that you have the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, and then the Xbox, and then the Xbox, and then the Xbox, and then the Xbox. It's going to confuse people. They need something simple.
No.
You have an Xbox One. It's an Xbox 2.
It's easy. No, it's really easy. All they gotta do is call the next one the Xbox 4K, and then the one after that will be called the Xbox 5, and then the one after that the 6, and then the 7, then the 8, and the 9.
But you just will never market it as the 9. You could literally put 9th generation Xbox or whatever you wanted to do, but it would just be Xbox would be the bold part. Just like how like in an iPhone commercials, they don't literally sit there and say the whole fucking name every time. It's just
it's at the very end.
Because it's like saying Lexus. I don't got to tell you the whole fucking commercial and the whole stupid name, SES edition. No, you don't have to do that. This is a Corvette. Oh, is that the new Corvette? Yes, it's the brand new 2016 Corvette. Oh, okay, so it's a Corvette. Yes. No, there's no explanation needed. It's just the new Corvette. They're going to go the same. The car industry has already done this. They have figured out if you put huge fucking names on things, nobody fucking cares. Just call it the new Ford GT, the new whatever.
Mustang.
Mustang. People know what it is. It's just the new one. You don't have to have...
I'm partial to Explorers.
Okay, Explorer, whatever. You can, Expedition, maybe. Maybe you're an Expedition man. But, like...
Honda Civic, man.
You don't have to have, 8 billion words behind... You don't need a name. You just need a brand. And the brand's important. And Xbox is the brand. Old No Bone says Xbox U. You know what? If they don't market this right, it could be like the Wii U, where nobody's like, is this a new console or an old? But with forward compatibility, that won't be an issue.
But I think called the Xbox 2 TU.
But that's why I think a simple and very clear name is... Because I can just see if they come up with something that isn't just plainly obvious, that they're just going to talk themselves in a bit of a tizzy about this.
Well, Steve, what if they did just, went by, like how we've been calling it Xbox Fire. So, this one's Xbox Fire, this next new one. And then the one after that, they call Xbox Prime. And then the one after that, they call it Xbox,
That's almost as terrible as Xbox One and Xbox 360 and all these other ridiculous names they've had.
You can't call it Xbox 2 because it sounds less than PS5 or less than PS4K. You can't
call the next one Xbox 4 then and get on the track that they should have been on.
But it's still behind.
What they need to do, if they call it the Xbox 4K, and let's say Sony calls theirs the PS 4K, well, then they're finally together, and then they can move up in numbers together.
I think
they need to pick something simple and clear to consumers.
I think 4K is pretty clear.
They've always pissed around with that. And 360 was a cool name, but Xbox One was stupid. Come up with something.
What's wrong with Xbox 4K, really? Because if it outputs at 4K and it's the fourth Xbox, bam, there you go.
I think that's fine, as long as they then go 5.
It's a 5 after,
6,
yeah.
7,
They could easily do that, yeah.
So that would be fine to me, because it is, it is going to be the fourth Xbox. I'd have no problem with that. But they need something simple. I mean, you can't have Xbox and words, because that's just...
Why?
No. What do you mean why?
I think it's more confusing. I don't know. I think numbering systems, when PlayStation started doing it, and then 2 and then 3, I think it's just dumb.
I think it works.
No, but
it works for them. But
simplicity.
It works very
you
well.
walk into a shop and you know that the PlayStation 4 is the newest one. You go and you've got the Xbox 5, you've got the water, you've got the hydrogen, you've got all the other crap.
The diamond, the onyx.
How the hell does the consumer know which one is actually the new one? These people aren't informed people. I'm not saying they're dumb, but
But see, you're not giving people credit. People will walk into
No,
a shop
you
and say,
do. No, you do have to
Okay,
cater
do
to the lowest common denominator at
do
points.
some people think that Xbox One still doesn't play used games? Used games.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Because this confusion sticks. Pick something simple. Pick a number. Move forwards. It's very simple. It's very simple. Sony have been doing it for years. You only have to look at the Wii U to see how you. I mean,
The problem with the Wii U though is because they kept the Wii name, they added on the U, and all they really showed was the controller. So that's why people thought that was an add-on. Was the
But it's
controller.
consumer confusion. Had they called it the Wii 2, wouldn't have had that problem.
Not at all.
And they could have kept that Wii name.
I don't know. I think numbering things when just.
But it's a proven method that works.
Yeah.
You know, you make a new Gears of War game, you call the mainline entry Gears of War 4.
But that's different. That's a sequel to a game.
We need news, guys.
Hold on,
we need
this console not
We
a
should probably
sequel
move
to a
on.
previous console?
Steve, we'll have to agree to disagree, my friend, because I think numbering is.
I think
calling it an Xbox 2 is stupid.
I agree with
maybe
Steve.
maybe
About
Xbox 2 as
that's dumb.
the
Yeah.
name doesn't
I also
work.
agree with Chris.
But I'm making a general point about the direction they should go in.
Xbox 4K. We all agree.
Hey, I never agreed with that. I want Xbox Fire.
Me too.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to be able to get that one.
They
unless
need to
want
they-
buy
Xbox
the rights
Fire,
from
and I want
Amazon.
Xbox
I don't
Fire.
care what it costs. Just buy the rights. Be like, look, we're willing to pay a lot of money. Like, this is so much money, it'll be on fire. And then they'll just, they'll open up their checkbooks and transfer like $20 billion. It'll be the Xbox Fire. It'll be more expensive than the Red Ring of Death, but they'll get it. All right. Moving on. Engadget.
Thank the Lord.
That was a really long single article. Engadget, head of the Xbox, Phil Spencer, apologies for sexist GDC party. Microsoft, you fucked up.
How is it sexist though?
Because they didn't have any male strippers.
But that's only to say. I don't know. I really don't see how that's sexist.
If they had male strippers in green thongs, it's still sexist. Well, no. This is a.
It would have had to have been like a male dancers
Equivalent.
like in teacher outfits or something.
Yes.
Because the girls were in schoolgirl outfits.
But slutty teacher outfits.
Slutty teacher outfits. Yeah.
They would have had.
Then
to
it
equally
wouldn't have been sexist, but it still would have been in bad taste.
Yes.
Yeah.
Either way, it was bad taste because they were all female. Technically, yes, it's sexist. But all
A
these
dude can't
websites
walk into
writing
Hooters and
about
get it
this.
up.
No. But like all these fucking tech sites that wrote about this, especially the one that broke the story the first time, hire fucking booth babes. And the original fucking story came out from somebody that has like fucking on staff booth babes. Like that's what they do. Yes, these are strippers in comparison.
But this
no
wasn't
matter
a
what,
trade.
they were like it's all bad.
This
like,
wasn't like a normal trade show type party though. GDC is more of a business style thing.
For the
you know?
developers, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So.
But was it a?
It's like you're
not-
you're catering to one gender and not the other, and
Right.
you're basically personifying that women are just
that they don't belong in the industry. Yeah,
which is also something that Phil, they sponsor a lot of the women in gaming things, which they even sponsored that day, and Phil does seem to make a lot of effort to push that diversity, and it seems a bit of a shame that some twit below him has either agreed to or not taken enough care to do this, because it feels like he does put a lot of work into this and then it's kind of been destroyed.
That's true, but this is the company that, and it's still up there with Aaron Greenberg with two ladies on his arms as he sits there like a pimp. This is not like the first time they've done something which is like catering to the male gender. Like it's not like this.
I'm sure Phil Spencer was really pissed about this.
Yes.
Oh, he was.
I bet he was livid.
Well, he's a family guy too. He has two daughters. You know what I mean? You don't want to see your daughter see that, like you know.
Yeah. But I'm glad he came out and apologized and denounced it immediately. He didn't waste any time either. I mean, this came out pretty quickly after.
Well, either did Aaron. Aaron was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
No, but Aaron, it's I'm sorry, it's hard to go.
Aaron probably liked it a little, though.
But Aaron has fucking photos of him and 2 chicks on a couch. It's not exactly. It's smiling, nonetheless.
Yeah, well,
it's not.
but
I'm sorry. That's
not really. I don't think that's fair to say that because, well, that's this
in the past.
That's not even in that. This isn't a business setting that this party was, and this basically made it made people feel uncomfortable.
Absolutely, yeah.
Women. So it's kind of a different situation,
I get it. I mean, we're not going to fucking sit here and drag on and on about this. It was good that they, like we said, that Phil cleaned it up and apologized for it. It was in bad taste, especially in the setting they were in.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome into this community. Sadly, we don't have any women on our podcast. We would love to have, to add some,
We ask Maria all the time, but she won't. So
she won't.
Yeah, she feels like she won't have anything to say.
Yeah, but like we like to have a different opinion about things, and you have to stay open, and this definitely did not do that. It literally just catered to us, and it's sad that it did that.
It's too bad Maria won't be on the podcast because she has some very colorful words in party chat.
Yeah.
we could give her 2 minutes to talk about Destiny.
Yeah.
I'd give her a full 10 if she wanted them.
She likes Destiny.
Yeah. Not the story though. We were talking about that already today.
No, I know. I overheard that.
This is how you blow shit up in Crackdown 3. So they released a bunch of GIFs. The Crackdown 3 devs. That's why I don't feel bad, VG247, for scrolling through your article. But visit their website and read their article. It's awesome. But it's really cool to show the actual visual effects and the cloud processing for just explosions. Because this is what I did. I set down fucking, gas cans all the time and
Keys to the City, man.
Keys to the City, just so that I could blow them up. This is... Just this tech demo could sell me on a $20 game. I would totally be there in Crackdown physics, I'm ready to go. It just made me more excited.
So is the multiplayer beta this summer for Crackdown 3?
Yes.
It's not a beta.
No, it's not a beta. It's the multiplayer game.
Right.
Or
I think it's gonna be early access.
It's so weird. It's such a weird E3 people will learn a lot more.
Seems like that is probably where they are going.
But thank you, VG247, for having those pictures ready to go for me. Let's move on. The new direction for Gears of War 4 story. So tell me, Steve, what is the new direction? Who is this new person? Should I be scared? Should I be happy?
I'm liking what Rod and Chuck are saying about the story. They seem to get it. I think they, the way that they talk about everything Epic was that kind of they made a game, and then they made another game, and they didn't really have the time to look beyond that. Whereas now they're like, we've got the time, the resources. I mean, Rod has sort of said this before as well, but we've got the time, the resources to go and be like, this is the universe. And they're talking about the story and how they want to portray the characters and how the story takes place over the night, and you've got the 3 characters and their relationships. I mean, there was the video today from the 3 main voice actors, whose names I forget, but they all seemed... I mean, I appreciate that they're not going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I can't believe I'm getting paid for this gig. But they all seemed incredibly excited about this. And they'll talk about their chemistry and how things are going, and they all seemed well into it. So... I like a lot of what I'm hearing about the tone and how they want to project the game and where they're going. And apparently the game ends on a cliffhanger, which I suppose shouldn't really be much of a surprise.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Remember how last week somebody wrote in, I wasn't on the show last week, but somebody wrote in about what do you like better, Gears or Halo? I want to tell you that I like the story in Gears better than Halo.
Well, that's good.
All I want you to be my friend again, Steve.
That's good. But yeah, I mean the beta's in like 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks. It's and Ultimate Edition's $10, both digitally and for the disc at Amazon. So
And they extended the amount of time, right?
yeah, so if you play it before sometime in like mid-April, you get early access.
I'm excited for the beta.
I just hope it looks all right.
I think it's going to look sweet.
Because if it's not super polished, people are going to be so hard on that game. You know, there's people
It'll be
out there
good.
that are ready to just lay into it.
I
And
can't
we know
wait to
why.
get why.
Well, it's a Microsoft exclusive.
Oh yeah,
they're ready.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
can't wait
also
to read
60
Digital
FPS
Foundry.
and that has a cost.
Right.
What'd you say, Steve?
Digital Foundry is going to kill it probably. They'll find other reasons to bitch about it. We found this analysis. Blah blah blah.
It's 60 FPS. There's going to be a cost.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to look a lot like the
Ultimate.
It's going to look like 3 in high definition. I think it'll. Well, they've talked about how kind of like Ultimate Edition they redid that because it was the first one, and that kind of showed the direction for the like the art style and the more sort of intimate campaign. Even though I don't understand. Every time they talk about Gears 1, it's like Gears 2 didn't exist because Gears 2, in my opinion, took everything that they liked about or everything that they had in Gears 1 and just made it all so much better. Like that intimate atmosphere, like with the sires and stuff, that was a lot more sort of horror and creepy, but it also had better set pieces. I don't understand what these people talk about sometimes, but yeah.
Act 2, man. That was Act 2 in the first Gears. That's like the Gears I want.
What was Act 2 with the krill?
The krill, yeah, man. That was cool, man.
Yeah, but that
Like
had nothing on the sires. That bit was probably the best of all 3 campaigns. The sires.
Mm-hmm.
And setting them on fire, and then they go down, and you're just like, yeah, it's done. And then all of a sudden they get up and wrecking shit up. And yeah, that was good. But yeah, I mean, they said that they want a big universe, and you know.
You think they're going to go crazy with like the way they've done with Halo, as far as doing the books and movies and try to do a TV show and all this stuff?
I might be wrong about this, but I don't think they're going to try TV stuff yet. I mean, I'm not being funny, but I mean, Halo's done a few things, but the movie has never taken off, and this Steven Spielberg TV show, as it stands, has also not taken off. So I think for now they'll kind of focus on more easier.
Just get the game out, make it good, and see where it goes from there.
Focus on the game. I mean, maybe they'll do like some comics and they'll do some more
Yeah.
books, which is possible.
What about a Gears of War anime?
Oh Christ!
Please no.
No.
Please no.
You don't want to
All
see
right.
a Marcus Phoenix with big eyes?
No.
Okay.
His eyes are perfectly reasonably sized as enough as it is.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move on to the next news story since... Oh, wait, there's Dustin. He can go ahead and get started and move on. We're waiting for you, Dustin.
Sorry, guys. I had to take care of something.
I was
And
about
I
to
set
move
my
on
headset.
without you.
So, Gears of War 4, I don't have to worry about it, right?
No,
Right.
or system update.
It's probably going to
Okay.
be the best game of this year.
All right, thanks. Sorry. Xbox One system update includes improved precision for Elite controller in the Xbox Store. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so out of the loop right now. So they included party chat in Twitch broadcast. Output your party chat to headset and speaker simultaneously. Yes, for streaming. Yay!
Yeah.
So if you didn't know, if you tried to stream, I mean, on Windows 10 there were workarounds. Like you could always sign in as a second account in Windows 10 and have party chat up so you could still record audio. So there are weird workarounds, but this kind of fixes it for streamers that use Elgato, so they could just, pop through game sound and through their headset. So big plus. Where are we at? customizable game DVR recording link. That's fucking awesome. Now you don't have to sit there and go, wow, my Rocket League games last for 5 minutes on average. I would love a way to record that whole match.
How far can you go back now? Is it 15
5
minutes or
minutes.
something? 5 minutes,
wait.
okay. I thought it was
Is it
15.
15?
Yeah, no, I think it's 5 still.
It's 5?
Five
Okay.
still, but
Well,
you can just
it's
have it
like
set
an
for the whole thing.
Xbox game. It's 10 or something. It's still like you can't show 15.
So it's like 30, 1,
trialed
2, 3, 4,
10.
and 5? Okay.
I tried 10, but I don't think they ever published it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they felt people just didn't want it.
But yeah, so they added that. It's a big plus. Video playback directly into Xbox One activity feed, which is really nice. 16-person party
Achievements.
chat. Oh, yeah. Track achievement progress in your Xbox One guide.
That's really nice.
They fixed it. They fixed it. They fixed it so much that they were going to remove the achievements app altogether until people were like, wait a minute. I actually used that. And they kept it in, which is nice. Mm-hmm. So they're actually paying attention, listening, Says it doesn't do everything. What it does do is really nice, and like it fucking helps out a lot when you're.
Well, I think people liked having the achievements app snapped. That way they can see it at the same time as they're playing on the smaller screen, So.
But being able just to double click real quick, go down like 3 buttons, and then you're.
That's how it should be, yeah.
It's the best. Hey, if people want a snapped app, let's just let them have it. Like that's the this is the best way of doing it. Just let people have what they want, and they can do it either way. So people like me and Vern can go, I'm not an achievement, that's not, I'm not hunting nonstop. So I like being able to just go, I wonder how far I'm away from that achievement. Double click, bam, I'm there. But if I was going to sit there like, I need to kill 80,000 zombies in this game, and I want to watch as I slowly bring progress up, that option's there for me too. So, best of both worlds. 16-person party chat. I'll probably never use it. I don't want to be in a 16-person party. But you know what? Fuck it. Let it be.
Hey, Mikey Barrow says he wants it to be higher. He wants, 40, 50, even more? Yeah,
64,
64. Yeah. Which makes sense because he wants the Xbox app to be used as a chat app.
PC, anything.
On PC, so.
And let me tell you, I convinced my friend the other day. We were playing Rocket League on PC, and he kept using Steam's chat. And their voice chat on Steam fucking sucks. It is awful. So I eventually got him to down because he's on Windows 7. I got him to download Skype, and he was like, "Wow, I can't believe Skype's gotten this much better." I'm like, "Yeah, and it's way better than fucking Steam." And if he had a Windows 10 PC, guess what? I would have had him. He would be using Smart Glass because it just works, and it works much better. Sound quality's good. You don't really have connection issues all that much on it. Fucking Steam is a fucking nightmare. It really is. I hate it.
But to be fair, most people use Mumble or TeamSpeak. They don't even use Steam's thing.
Totally fair. But if we're talking about an all-in-one solution for your store,
I think if they do go with this 64 party chat thing, what they need to do is give the kind of options that you have in services like TeamSpeak, Mumble, and Ventrilo.
That's true, but the thing is those 3 services you just talked require you to pay for a server.
Yeah, but I still think
Smart Glass does not.
Yeah, but if it's 64 people, it's already you're already doing it.
Having
add the features,
priorities and stuff like that. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, add the features, and then you can kill those other services anyway and give it for free. Hell.
Because even if you could just have a party chat, and like people said, 64 doesn't mean 64 people talking. It could literally be okay, Vern, you're going to be the leader of the game, so you're number 1. You have priority over everybody. And then Tim, Steve, Chris, and myself, we're the commanders of our squads, so we get talking privileges. But everybody else in the party's just listening.
Can only hear,
and they're just making sure everybody's doing their jobs. And you might have it so that I can hear my party's people, but I can't hear Tim's party's people. So when they're talking, they can talk to me, but they can hear, you can hear the main guys, but the lower guys you don't hear.
Well, it'd just be like what you do in a raid and an MMO,
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool ways of doing it. And they can totally do that on, Smart Glass. And if they can keep it so it's not, you don't have to pay for a server, and it just runs on Azure, they can totally wipe out TeamSpeak, everything, because the call quality they have is awesome, and it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's holding them back, like you said, Vern, is features.
It's the options and features. Yeah.
And they could totally fix that because they're running the fucking servers.
They'd be smart to do it.
Yeah. And it would be a big like option for PC gamers because you don't have to pay for Xbox Live.
And guess what? And guess what? They'd all be running the Xbox app all the time when doing it, and then they get their active users they want.
Yep. So, moving on, Xbox 360 achievements in Xbox One and Xbox app activity feeds. That's pretty cool. Follow web links and YouTube videos from game hubs like that. Compare your avatars.
What is
I'm doing that right now. We're going to fucking compare avatars. It's going to be like Pokemon.
So I could compare my avatar to your avatar. Is that what that means?
I guess. I didn't.
Like what you dressed your guy up as and what I dressed my guy
Yeah,
up
it's kind of useless, really.
We're going to have a dance-off, okay? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It should be like a DDR game. Like
what about a pants-off dance-off?
You know what? That's a feature I want. I want them to have a DDR game where you and, like, me and Vern can compare avatars, and then we have to do, like, the buttons in the right order. And then whoever, we could just have a dance-off.
Okay.
I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why else you would fucking want to compare avatars. Like, I just don't.
So, is it like, does your avatar follow you in Connect, and if you move your arm, in the
dance-off game? Oh, totally. This is going to be a Connect 100%. Yeah, it's dance-off, pants-off.
No one will play it, yeah.
No pants, no problems. Like, that's going to be the fucking subtitle to our game.
But I gotta say, I like this 360 achievements and the activity feeds on both. They're really doing a good job integrating the 360 into the Xbox One now lately with the way achievements work and everything. It looks nice.
Compatibility, I mean, you got to.
Yeah.
It makes it feel like a full experience.
But yeah, it finally feels like it's not, just emulating an old game. It feels like it's part of the ecosystem. Yeah, like it needs to be. And they did a really great job with that, and it's getting better each update.
Yeah. And you know what? I got to say, like, the Smart Glass app, when, like, somebody unlocks an achievement, just it, like, popping up on the side and the color the person is, and just saying, hey, Vern just unlocked this achievement. It just it's a very simple and elegant way of doing it, and it's that way you're not.
Well, it's not called Smart Glass at Windows 10, right? It's just the Xbox app.
Yeah, just the Xbox app.
Is it still Smart Glass if you do it on Windows 7 though, or something?
If I click on it, it says Xbox. I don't know. I keep saying Smart Glass, but
yeah,
it's Xbox. You're right. But yeah, it's a cool way of doing it, and I'm really digging the Xbox app now, and it's only going to get better.
Something I don't understand about the 360 store is why it doesn't let you use. I mean, I know why, but it's a web portal. If you ever go to buy a game, you'll see that it kind of loads something up. But that means that you can't use your current credit on it.
Yeah, you still can't, right?
And the only way you can use your current credit is actually if you turn on the 360 and use it. Otherwise, you have to pay by credit card or possibly PayPal.
I hope they figure out a solution for that.
I'm sure they will.
What I don't understand is that you used to be able to use your Microsoft points on the website to buy stuff.
Yeah. Well, what you can do actually, though, you can buy DLC through a game. So let's say you're playing, I don't know, what's the most recent? Like Dark Souls is most recent. Let's say you wanted to play the DLC that's in it, but you didn't already own it, and you wanted to use your Microsoft credit. If you actually do it through the game, then it lets you do it. It's really weird because it thinks it's a 360. Yeah.
Oh, that's
strange.
strange.
It's kind of strange. So hopefully they figure out a solution for this because it'd be really nice to be able to use your credit for 360 games.
Yeah. I mean, if I wanted one, I would just load up my 360 and do it. But that's, that kind of defeats the point of backwards compatibility in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it seems like a strange thing. I mean, to be honest, it's probably not a huge problem, but it seems a bit strange.
Strange.
All right, moving on to NHL 16 joins EA Access.
Hell yeah.
Library of free games. Okay, so I know my older brother's a huge NHL fan, and he got tricked because he downloaded NHL a couple months ago, and it was like, play the next game free. and he clicked on it, and it was the demo, and he didn't know it was going to be the demo because he was just, he's not a huge gamer. He was reading what it said, and he actually and he's limited to 500 gigs, and he deleted a couple games to download it, and it was the demo, and it kind of like, you feel bad. You're like, oh man, I'm sorry, like. It's the demo. But now, guess what? He can play it from fucking an EA Access. So, I know he's enjoying it. I haven't downloaded it yet. I haven't done it. I totally plan on playing some NHL. Vern, we got to do this.
We'll stream it. We'll fight.
Okay. We have an ongoing battle of like one game each. Of all these games we don't play. Like, it has to happen. Has to happen. And, we'll have to find somebody else to complete our league so that we can eventually have our I guess, tournament of worst
Maybe I'll
NHL.
download it just to play it with you, but I wasn't even planning on downloading this.
It's going to be awful and amazing at the same time. I'm not saying the game's awful. Like, it's probably a great NHL game. I just don't play those games. But
NHL 15 didn't have as many features, so I'm assuming NHL 16 is going to be a lot better.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
You also missed Titanfall's added to Origin Access.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
So if you have Origin Access on PC, download Titanfall. It's fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised you don't already have it because it's like kind of everywhere. Like it's a big. It went on discount like a ton of times and everything. But you know what? It's about time it went.
It was something like 500 active players on PC though. The population is dead on PC right now.
But it's a great game. So hopefully it kind of helps it out. Especially, and you know what? At the very minimum, it's going to help it out. And when Titanfall 2 is about to launch, they're going to announce it at E3.
Yeah.
That community will it'll pick back up just so people get used to playing the game again. Just until the second game comes out, and then it will die officially. Fallout 4's Far Harbor DLC is bigger than Oblivion's Shivering Isles, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty big.
DLC is starting to roll out for Fallout 4. I don't know, for some reason today I got the urge to play it. I deleted all my games because I only put like 2 hours into it, and I'm gonna start playing Fallout 4.
I'm about there too. I think I'm about to really put some time into it.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just looked at it and I was like, I feel like playing a Fallout game. This feels like the right time to jump into this game. And so I'm totally down.
When are you going to start the Witcher DLC?
I don't know if I'm going to buy it. Because this is the thing. Like, The Witcher, I love Witcher. But I don't have time to put that much time into a game.
Well, you got the Division and friends to play with and stuff, know?
The Witcher is a commitment for another 60 hours.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
But we're social gamers.
I'm social. I can't do another 60 in The Witcher. I got work and everything else, and I can't do another 60 in The Witcher.
Yeah,
and I totally want to. I would love to, but there's a certain point where you have to put a game down. And when it comes down to Witcher, because my game that I will probably never put down is Minecraft. It is my bullshit, I just need something to play game.
Right.
See, right now that's The Witcher for me.
No, that's fine, but Minecraft is that game to me. And The Witcher is not good enough.
What?
To toss Minecraft off my list of bullshit game to sit there.
I'm with Steve. Wow.
No. Look, The Witcher's an amazing game. It deserves every award it got. But if I'm going to put it as if I have 20 minutes to bullshit and do something, I'm not going to do The Witcher because The Witcher takes 30 minutes a quest. I'm not going to do fucking any other game. It's going to be Minecraft because I can build something simple, small, and continue to do it, save my game, and quit and start again. It's Minecraft.
That's Halo 5 for me right now.
Yeah, it's short games. Like Rocket League. Rocket League's going to stay on that list for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because it's a 3-minute fucking game. It's a little bit longer.
5 minutes, yeah.
But, it doesn't take any time. Minecraft's that game for me. And Witcher can't. Witcher is a commitment. Just like me saying Fallout, I'm excited for it. I'm committed to playing to that, for a good solid
Tim, did you fall down?
40 hours, 50 hours.
I fell. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But
just want to make sure you're okay.
I'm kind of doing what I've been playing, but let's move on. to Xbox executives respond to rumors of digital game trade-in features. So Microsoft's come out and was like, "Hey, just off the top of your head, what do you think about $6 back for old used games? We'll give you, for your value, like 10%." How do you feel about that, Tim?
I like it. I think that it should be. It should happen. If it's better than zero. I mean, I don't
It is.
understand the people that are outraged rather have zero. So it don't make sense. I think they can come back, and I think 15% is something that they can make people happy with.
But they only, if I get this
it
right,
has to
Tim,
happen. I
if
will
I'm
not
right,
do
Tim,
it personally, but I think the option is should be there, and it's a nice thing. I don't think it's such a
they only
bad
make,
thing.
They make
Well,
30, right, Tim?
What'd you say?
No, don't they make 30% per game? Isn't that what their cut is?
I think for some titles, Activision said it may vary slightly. So, for example, I bet you because COD sells a shitload that they might get a few percent knocked off, but 30 is the average.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you figure like 15 would be Microsoft would be giving half the money they make per game back.
Right.
Because this is devs aren't going to be paying to get their games back. Like this is Microsoft paying to get these licenses.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be more Microsoft taking a cut.
But the thing is, they're expecting people to then use that money to go ahead and buy more stuff in the store, and it's not like they'll go ahead and sell 10 games for $60 for one game. What they'll do is they'll sell 2 or 3, and then they'll pay the difference for something else. So it'll end up getting Microsoft more money.
Yeah, they'll make more money. Yeah, like no matter what, Microsoft keeps the money rolling in. That's why it's a good deal for them.
Mm-hmm.
Now. The question is $6 a good deal for you? I think in the first 6 months of a game, it's a shitty deal, depending on the game. But like I have a huge back catalog of games. I own, I think over 200 games now. I think I've hit that spot. And if I could trade in, let's say, 30 of those games easily that I just never play or don't care about, 30 or 40 games, I could have a solid 4 brand new $60 games coming my way.
Hey Dustin, how many of those are games with gold though?
No, there's not a lot, to be honest with you. I own a shitload of fucking games.
Yeah, me too.
Like
games with gold's only a rental anyway, so that wouldn't be included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, let's say I own Sunset Overdrive. If I could sell that back for $6 a day, I'd get it with games with gold next month.
Right.
It's true.
Like why? Like that, it's an easy cash, grab for me. Like why not? But like, don't get me wrong. At the same time, I like owning that game, but I could see myself going, "Oh, that's going games with gold in a month. Hey, let's go ahead and sell it." And then when it goes back out, I get the license again. Like it's just a benefit to me. The cool thing is for Microsoft, they get essentially, hopefully, because we were debating about this over before the show, and Vern brought up a good point because. Digital licenses are really weird, and the laws aren't exactly... They don't make a lot of sense. Like, it's not very clear. But we would hope that this would fall into them being able to buy the license off of you and you owning the license, since EULAs are mostly bullshit anyway. So hopefully that means they'll be able to do whatever later on with the franchise, but... I would be pro, and I don't mind the $6 because I wouldn't trade in games like the first 2 months I owned them because I want to play them, and I think that's what that will keep devs happy is because the amount of money they're giving you for them is very low. So more than likely you're going to keep these in your library for a very long time until it's actually worth trading in. Like it
now, how would they do it for, say, like a digital code?
What do you mean, like for a trade-in or for like selling it?
Selling it. Like how much money would they give you if you got the game through use of a digital code? They wouldn't know how much you spent on it initially.
No, they would because they have all the purchases that you've ever made through the store.
Digital code. I'm talking about, let's say you buy a digital code from Amazon, or you win a digital code or something, or someone gives you one, and then you put that in.
I guess it would be the value in the store at the time the digital code was used.
Yeah, maybe that's what they could do.
because it was a $60 code then, it still counts as a
Right.
$60 code.
Yeah. Maybe they'll do that.
So, but no matter what, I think this is always going to be percentage based. So if you bought it, hey, like that week it went on sale and you only spent 45, you're only going to get 10%
Right.
off that 45. You'll never get like if I bought the game for 60, Vern bought it for 30.
I'll
if
get 3, you get 6
back. Yeah, he's not going to make what I get.
Right.
Which I think is a much more fair and
as long as they tell you
it.
before you sell it, this is how much you're going to get back, you can make an informed decision on whether or not you think that's worth it. You know.
And I do not think you'll be able to sell in bulk. You're going to have to go through each one and go, I'm willing to sell this game. You're not going to be able to say, yeah, these 10 games. You're going to have to go each game. Yes, this game I am willing to take $6 back.
That's fine.
Yeah. Because I don't want there to. I think that they're going to stick away from any confusion because they don't want people going, "Oh, Microsoft stole all my games because I clicked all the buttons and my son sold everything I own."
And I don't think they'll see this. I don't think GameStop would see this as a threat as much, just because it's such a small amount that's being sold back, and it wouldn't be on the market anyway. So it's not being resold.
The more interesting question is if they do decide to resell it.
They're not.
How would they like pull that off? Like,
I don't think they will.
I think they could buy back the code and they would have to do this in partnership with like mom and pop stores and GameStop and sell them the code so they could sell digital codes.
Maybe,
the original vision. But they're never going to do it without GameStop in the loop. Like,
right, because they want that relationship. Yeah. Because that's who moves their hardware.
Because GameStop would love to be able to go, hey, GameStop, you're now going to be able to own codes to fucking games, and you don't have to have a big inventory of disc. GameStop's going to love money coming in and out of their register when they don't have to have anything. So I don't think they'd bitch too much. It would just be, they have to be in the loop, though. If you don't have Mom and Pop and GameStop there, it's not going to work.
But if it's not being resold and it's just Microsoft just giving you money back and then the code's gone, essentially, that's fine, too. Yeah. I don't think GameStop would be all that up in arms about that.
No, not at $6, because they're going to be able to outprice anything Microsoft does with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that it beats up on GameStop is GameStop wouldn't be able to do 25-cent games anymore. Like, fucking, oh yeah, I'll only give you a quarter for that. Because Microsoft will always
they could value. Still. Because you'll still have
Microsoft's always giving you $6
But Microsoft's
back.
not buying physical back. They're only buying digital back anyway.
Buying digital. Well, I'm just saying, if they did take back digital in the store, like that'd be the thing. But that's it for that arc.
I'm not sure if I really see publishers liking this idea.
It wouldn't be up to... No, I don't... I totally disagree. Like, publishers would love, hey, you're going to take these codes away from people for $6 and get them to buy more games? Because now they got money burning in their pocket? Fucking get them to buy our new shit. And they're not taking a cut out of our pocket?
I think publishers would want to say on when the game could be sold back, though.
No,
you know what I mean?
I get
because the publishers would want you to keep the game until at least all the DLC's out for them to sell. So they might say, oh, you can't sell this game back for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever. Like I would assume publishers would want some kind of say in that. And if Microsoft worked that out, then I think it might be okay with publishers.
Well, I don't think publishers will have... I think publishers, at only being $6, I don't think publishers would mind all that much. If they were giving if they were giving $40 back in like 3 days, like that would be a big like fucking oh shit, what is Microsoft doing? But at $6, like publishers are like, yeah, you really didn't like it and you wanted $6 back and Microsoft's gonna pay for it.
Go ahead, yeah.
Go for it. It's $6 because eventually, guess what? You're gonna fucking buy something I make. And I already got your money for this. I'm gonna get more money out of you. Like, I don't see this as a loss for publishers. Like, it just, especially if Microsoft doesn't end up selling these codes back to you somehow. Like, I don't see it being a problem.
The real benefit would be getting to sell games that went free with Games with Gold, because you already have the Games with Gold copy. You know, that would be really nice.
I said, all right.
So like all the EA Access stuff. Holy crap!
Oh yeah. That's why we don't buy EA Access anymore. Games. Well, I did. I bought Plants vs. Zombies, and I don't regret it. It's just amazing.
I'm going to buy Mass Effect, but that's about it.
All right, moving on. Xbox executive responds to rumors of digital game trade in FIFA. No, I already did that one. Wow.
Yeah,
Goodness,
but twice.
I posted that twice. April's
really
games
important.
with gold have been announced, people. They've been announced, and that is IGN's video audio.
Yeah.
I got a.
I'm Damon Hatfield, and this is.
No, I'm sorry, buddy. I did not mean to let you do that. I apologize to IGN for stealing their content. I did.
I was
not mean to
enjoying
do it.
their
We
hip hop
apologize.
music.
That was
Well,
not
it's
on
not
purpose.
We don't
stolen
do that.
technically, because
No,
we
it's-
told them.
yeah.
We told them who it was. So
Yeah. But thank you so much for IGN for that cool beat.
Sweet.
All right. Xbox April's Games with Gold announced. Like, this is a killer month, guys. Like,
It is awesome.
This is a month where if you haven't played these games, they're just fucking giving you like AAA games. The Wolf Among Us, an amazing experience. Like, just fucking, if you haven't done it yet, this is your chance. You're gonna
Educate yourself.
Yes,
I will
like you're gonna
play
fucking enjoy
that
it.
is. It seems to be the favorite Telltale game among Telltale fans. Wolf Among Us.
No, yeah, but even if
Yeah.
you've played the game.
It's not
I
my
know you
favorite,
haven't
but
beat
overall.
it. No.
yeah.
But if I said I'm gonna give you a free Telltale game, and it's
Oh,
gonna
that's
be The Wolf
great.
Among Us.
That's a
Like,
great
it's-
one to give.
It's just like this is literally them begging. Can we just call this Games with Gold? Please, let's make a fucking sequel edition. Like, this is what this feels like to me. The Wolf Among Us. I want a fucking sequel to this series. Sunset Overdrive. I want a fucking sequel to this series. Like,
The other two though have had a lot of sequels. So.
no, they have, but like,
Yeah, we
these-
don't need
these
any
are the
more
big two.
Saints Row.
Like, I could go for a Saints Row 5 in 4 more years. I still need a break because they launched a lot of them, and
It's coming. It's coming.
They were really over the top, and I loved Saints Row 4. Bad Out of Hell was kind of awful, but 4 was fucking hilarious for the time, and it didn't age well, but it was fun, and I could totally see them like knocking out another one in a couple of years, just to do it.
I still haven't played Dead Space.
Yeah,
Me either.
Dead Space, Saints
Great
Row.
I've never
game.
played a single one.
It's a good game.
But those are the 360 games. I mean, the fucking Xbox One version of Wolf Among Us and Sunset Overdrive, like, I if you haven't played them yet, like, they totally deserve.
At this
Play some.
point, if you have an Xbox One and you haven't played Sunset Overdrive, fucking download it. It's free, people. It is an amazing game. It is
On April 16th.
Yep. It is one of my favorite games this generation.
It's quite interesting because there seems to be a lot of people popping up that are admitting that they didn't play Sunset Overdrive, and these people they're gonna get a visit from me one day,
I
and I'm gonna be asking them.
think it's the best game on the console still.
I think I'm gonna be asking them why it is that
Besides
why
Halo 5.
why they hate happiness. That's much better than Halo 5.
Do you think Sunset Overdrive is better than Halo 5, Steve?
It's hard to compare them because I think Sunset Overdrive is a better single player game, but I think Halo 5 is a way better multiplayer game. So
I will agree with that.
It's just better.
Now, Steve, do you customize your character in Sunset Overdrive?
oh yeah.
Because I know you are against customizing your character in Halo 5. Because you're a Halo 5 hipster.
Well, that's factually inaccurate.
That's true.
It's,
You are a Halo 5 hipster. You're
I
too
don't
cool
customize
to
my
use.
characters.
You're too cool to use your. You're too cool to use your
They're a
rec points. It's so
complete
weird.
waste
it's
of
so.
time.
It's so
A
weird.
waste of time.
It
It's
is
fun.
so weird.
Warzone is terrible.
It has nothing to do with Warzone.
No,
You
it's
can
not
also
about
use it in
Warzone.
arena too.
If you let me finish what I'm saying,
It's like
rather
this.
than
It's
cut
like
me
those
off.
stupid people on Gaff who are saying,
Look.
"No, I'm going to keep on
Wait,
going."
wait,
It's like
can
those
I-
stupid
Let me
people on
finish
Gaff who are
what I'm trying
saying,
to say.
"I'm not going to watch the videos in Quantum Break because of immersion reasons. I'm just going to skip them."
Look,
It's
hey,
just
just
like
to throw it
that.
out there real quick, because I stand on the exact opposite side of the fence that you do, Steve. I love Horde mode. I think Horde mode is the greatest thing fucking Gears has ever done. Like, it is amazing. It's fucking everything I want to do in a Gears game. I fucking hate Gears multiplayer. I'm not good at it. It's a fucking shotgun battle. I hate it. I don't want to do it. Even with friends, it just frustrates me. But Horde mode, I love it. It's something I can sit there, play Vern Maria. We can just sit there and kill fucking monsters. And it's amazing. And I do not shit on Gears multiplayer. You know why? Because Gears multiplayer is fucking good. Even though I don't like the multiplayer, I still like Horde mode, which is part of their multiplayer. fucking Warzone has its issues, and I do not like playing it. I always fucking die a lot. It's just too much. I can't wait for the fucking firefight version. It looks great, but I'm not a big fan of Warzone. But Arena is fucking amazing. They team you up against people that are just like you most of the time. It like always feels fair. I never feel like I can't fucking survive.
Except for those asshole quitters.
No. You have sometimes you have asshole quitters, but like that's just online.
Can I say something about quitting?
Yeah, go for it.
I quit one time last week or early this week, and I got
about
banned.
when you quit playing RA.
No. I'm talking about fucking Halo 5 multiplayer. We started a match. All my teammates left. I was the only one there. I'm not sitting around for a full 8-10 minutes, however long the match is. So I quit, and then I got banned for 20 hours. Like, what the fuck? I never quit. I do not quit. The only time I quit is if it's so laggy, I'll quit. Or, in case in point, like when I'm the only one left on my team and it's 4 versus 1, then I'll quit. But that's very rare. So
I think 20 hours is pretty good for a quitter.
No, I don't. I think that's a little excessive.
It was 20 hours.
I think it should be like.
But you chose to quit.
What you've done.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. Like, it doesn't matter. All right, let's.
I have never quit a round of Halo yet.
But
I have not done it.
I'm going to finish this real quick. So, like, just because you don't like a certain mode in a multiplayer game doesn't mean it's bad. Like,
or that you shouldn't open the packs.
But that has nothing to do with the point that I was making, was that I don't have any interest in customizing my character. I'm not going to go and... Did someone say why?
Yeah, me. Why? Why don't you want to customize him?
Because
you don't have to.
Look,
he's too cool for it.
Wait, I gotta defend Steve now. Look, Steve in Gears of War does not customize. Like, he plays Marcus Phoenix. Like, he plays the generic start Marcus Phoenix. No special guns, no nothing. Steve just plays because it's about the purity of the game, right, Steve? It's about the purity.
No, I play as Marcus Phoenix and I play as the drone. I think I do have like a red skin from the weapon, but that may well have just been the first skin that it put on. It just, when I turned around and when I played Dragon Age, I picked the character and I didn't sit there for 20 minutes customizing it. I was just like, I'm done. I'm sorry. It just, I may have. I'm pretty sure there was an achievement on Sunset Overdrive for something to do with customization, so I might have gone and done that. But I just don't care. So I'm not going to go and spend all this time doing something that actually. I mean, in Halo, I don't even see what the character looks like. So I don't care. I mean, maybe
other people see it though.
Yeah, but I don't care about that.
It's going to be really cool in Warzone Firefight though, because you're going to be able to see the full look for everyone's characters, since you won't have to worry about teams or anything.
Well,
okay.
So Firefight may have some use for these rec
then
packs.
Then you're going to have to open the rec packs, and you won't be a hipster anymore. That'll be awesome.
But I'm not a hipster.
Yeah, you are.
You are.
Halo 5 hipster.
But that's. I mean, you'd only think that if you'd literally not listened to a single word I'd said.
I'd never.
I listened to it, and I still think you're a hipster.
Look, we're at the wait a second, guys. We're at the 2-hour, 20-minute mark. So we'll save this debate, and I promise we'll have it. We will save it.
There's no debate. I've already.
What do you think? We gotta get Tim's words on this.
Tim, Chris,
What?
Is Steve a hipster?
No, a Halo 5 hipster.
No.
Because he doesn't want to open up his rec packs.
All right, Tim, you had the final word. We appreciate it.
I don't think so.
I thank you, Tim. Thank you.
Okay, 3-1, we win.
Yeah, it's totally true. That's how it works.
Majority.
Yeah. So, you've lost. Steve, just take
Actually,
a bow.
3-2. If Steve can get a vote and he still loses.
No, here's the thing. No, yeah, totally. But here's the problem, Steve. I gave you a chance to debate this later, and you decided not to go that route. So this is the end of that.
To be fair, I've not really been I've been interrupted so much.
You're a hipster.
You're not on camera.
You're a Halo 5
You're ready to
hipster.
talk.
I tried to give you your own time and another time because we are running long on the show. So you decided not to take that time and take the beating, known as you being a hipster, a Halo 5 hipster. All right, so let's move on to I don't know what you've been playing, because I got to be honest. my friend convinced me to go see Batman v Superman tonight, and I got to work in the morning, and it starts at 11 o'clock, so I got to.
You're going again.
Going. Yeah, I'm gonna go in for another round. So let's do
as well
this.
as you should.
Vern,
Knock
what have
it
you been
out fast.
playing?
The Division. That's it. I've been so focused on studying my opera. So, besides that, yeah, just the Division. So
But I got to know, Vern, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm really busy right now. It's Holy Week, so
It's Holy Week.
I had a service last night and rehearsal the night before, and another service on Monday, and then I got another one tomorrow and another one Sunday, and then starting Monday we begin opera rehearsals for La Boheme, for music rehearsals throughout the week, and then I got another gig on Friday. We're doing a gala with Opera on the Rock, so it's just really, really busy week. Lots of singing. I'm so tired.
I'd like to say congratulations on the work ethic.
Yeah.
Tim, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Division like everyone else and UFC. Really enjoy.
What do you think of UFC? Like,
Awesome, really good. Seems a lot easier than to handle the ground. It's a lot easier than UFC. A lot of improvements. I got all the DLC. I ended up buying the game. I had played the 10 hours on EA Access. Really good.
I got to know, Tim. Do you think it has a chance of Sports Game of the Year?
I mean, it's early, but it's for fighting. I usually like fighting. Like I like Fight Night a lot. Yeah. So this really kind of brings me back to those days. I get that same feeling about the game. Tyson's really, Tyson's like basically a Fight Night boxer.
Mike Tyson's in it?
Yeah, you have to buy the DLC.
I know that. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, he's awesome.
How's CM Punk?
I haven't used him yet.
No? Well, neither is UFC in real life. Because he's not going to be good.
But overall, I really recommend this game. I would say play it on EA Access, and you'll be happy.
Cool. All right, Steve, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a few things. I played a lot of The Division. I think I'm over level 30 in the Dark Zone now. I've been playing a lot with Mickey and some of his friends and one of my other friends. Got some decent gear. It's a good game, although I kind of wish they'd increased the level cap, but Mickey seems to think they're not going to do that for a whole year, which would be a bit silly in my opinion. But no, that's really good. I like the Dark Zone, and I'm sort of at that stage now where not a lot of the gear that I get, like most of it's useless, but it's really good. I like the Dark Zone, particularly when you're in a team and you sort of go in and then you getting your loot and surviving, and me and Mickey are pretty much like kings of the Dark Zone.
Awesome. I just want to say fuck you to those dicks killing me, Vern and Maria, and
the
Dark Zone.
We had a rough time.
That's what I was playing. Fuck those dicks that killed us in the Dark Zone.
Yeah.
We like
Maria
every
and I
time
did
we would
better
spawn.
last night.
Look, Steve. Every time we spawned, we would go into the Dark Zone, and these four dudes that had like super health or something, they had some like crazy builds. They were just running in circles through the map to every spawn, murdering everyone, and just taking all the loot, and just they non-stop killing people.
And if we went to another spawn, by the time we went to a extraction point, they'd hunt us down and kill us again. So yeah, it was pretty bad.
Well, that's what you get for calling me a Halo hipster, to be perfectly honest. I've also been playing Far Cry Primal, which I do like. I like the world. Like, I like hunting things, and I like having my beast, whether it's a saber-toothed tiger or a bear or a jaguar, and I can ride on them and send them off. But I don't feel like it rewards... I don't think it really gives you much incentive to be stealthy, and I don't think it really does a very good job of that. So in the end, I mean, not being funny, but, you know, I've got the rare black jaguar because he's stealthy. When he kills people, he won't get seen, but somehow they see him, and then so when I'm trying to infiltrate somewhere and then everyone sees it, and it just ends up me just making spears and just throwing them at people's heads all the time. And the mission design isn't great. It's not particularly interesting in my opinion. But as I said, the world is good, but I feel like I'm at a stage where I put a lot of time into it, and I feel like I'm not really going anywhere, so I'm probably just going to finish the story and be done with it. I've also been playing Rocket League, Team Rocket Dog, Old No Bones, Compound WoW, Faded Night.
Faded Night.
So we're pretty much the dream team, and that's going well. And
honestly, Steve, I want to see y'all do like fucking. I want you to go into a tournament. Yeah. I'm curious how far y'all get as Team Rocket Dog.
They get their asses kicked.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
that would probably be the reason why
the trying to fucking get him to go.
Why the fuzzy
so that he'd get some fucking humility.
It's true.
I was trying to get him some humility, and you're like, "Don't do it." Steve. It's like, no, let him go. Let him go and get his ass.
It's true. You should do it. You'll be great, Steve. Give it a shot.
We believe in you.
We do.
Well,
Bear Cub and Sky will look over you.
She will.
Fuzzy Doom Brigade, Rocket Dog matchup doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen because you guys.
No, it's because Maria hates it.
I've also played a bit of Shadow Complex Remastered, which seems nice. I haven't played huge amounts of it.
Is it 60 frames per second?
It doesn't feel like it. Maybe I might be wrong though.
Should be. Fucking old ass game.
Well, they put a lot of work into it. And what else have I played?
Damn.
Oh, I played some threes, which was quite fun and went horrendously. Played some Gears. I've been playing some stuff on PC as well, which nobody's probably interested in. So that's about it.
All right. Thank you so much, Steve, for playing all those games. You're amazing.
You're the best, Steve.
You're the best.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Dustin.
I was waiting for you to say you finished all those games, honestly. But
I haven't finished a game since the 19th of March.
Oh, I just to quickly, I have started Fallout, and I really enjoy it so far.
Yeah.
So that's another game that I'm gonna be wasting my life in.
I think that's gonna be a big thing the next month or so. Is gonna be I don't know with fucking depending on how long.
When are
Quantum
mods
Break
coming
is
out?
and how much you want to actually play Quantum Break. I mean, Fallout could be a big game.
I love I'm about 3 hours in, and I love the story and definitely a good game. Definitely, really,
yeah.
It's I would say that
came out. Yeah.
It's going to take a lot of chunk of my time in the next couple of weeks.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for the show this
Hey,
week, guys.
I didn't tell you what I was playing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll keep it sweet. Just Halo. I've just been playing Halo 5 multiplayer and the Witcher 3 DLC. It's amazing. I love Witcher 3. Game of the year. Close second, Halo 5. Thank you, everybody.
Not Xbox Uncut's Game of the Year. I just want to throw it out there real quick. Halo 5 is fucking amazing, and it's Xbox Uncut's 15. Yeah, I'm so confused now. Game of the Year. That's right, people. 2015. Halo 5. We know who's king. We know who's the king.
Steve's the king.
No.
No,
Thanks,
he's
Tim.
royalty, but he's not the king.
He's the king of his bedroom in his parents' house.
What do you call it? What do you call it, Steve? For Band-Aids, you call it aperture?
No,
Plaster.
Which brings me to our next point. They need to fucking fix Portal on backwards compatibility so it's playable.
Still, huh?
Yeah, it's awful. But Aperture Science, people. Thanks for opening up that wound, Tim. Fucking hurt me deep. I only beat that game 8 times, so now I can't play it because it's unplayable. Thank God I own it on PC.
Maybe you're just getting older and you're just not matching your
No, the
skills.
frame rate's 15 frames per second. It's pretty hard to fucking do quick puzzles when your fucking cursor can't move.
You need to learn to work with the frame rate problems. You need to get good.
No, I'll just use this Xbox One controller with my wireless adapter on my PC and play it the right way.
I heard people actually are playing Halo 5 on keyboard and mouses with Chronos, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that? Have you heard about that?
I've heard about
They-
Chronos. Yeah.
People were doing that with Call of Duty years ago.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's still not as good as real keyboard and mouse support, but it does give them a leg up. It's a little bit better than controller because it's a little bit more precise, but you're still like, it's remapping like the movement of a mouse onto an analog, so it's still a little wonky. But yeah, it does give them a little bit of a leg up. But that's going to do it for the show. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Please write us at letters@xboxuncut.com. That's letters@xboxuncut.com. Tell Steve that he is a Halo 5 hipster because he is. It is decided 3-2. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
And that's the
Bye.
show.
Bye.
If my music ever plays. It's never playing. It's never playing. There it is.
There it is.